Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, and we are live on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. You can join us every single morning. We're recording. I mean, right around 10:30, sometimes 11, but normally around 10:30, we fire up our stream. We are Orlando's strongest stream. Only in audio and video, not in P. Because, man, the drugs that I'm on for my anxiety have decreased my urine stream to it's very, very sad. It's very sad.
Yeah. I don't know. I think age does that too.
Well, but I've got the pills on top of it. I've got the age plus the pills. My doctor says, oh, yeah. Oh, yes, shy bladder. You have a shy bladder.
My
bladder doesn't like singing on stage.
I have to push it out now.
Oh,
which I didn't
don't
have
say
to.
that. I can't push it out.
I'm like, hook.
I go to you like a you sumo wrestler? You're lifting a box.
Yeah.
If I go to push it out, there's no push.
I feel like it my abs like.
My prostate feels like I have like when they chop your arm off. And you've had an arm for like 40 years, or they had to chop your arm off, but you have a phantom arm.
Oh, yeah.
I have a phantom prostate. It's there.
Ghost pain.
Yeah, I have a ghost prostate. It's there, and I push on it, but it doesn't do anything. It's just literally just there. It might as well be a rock, a pet rock.
If you want to book our Airbnb in Sanford, if you want to go Sanfording.
I don't want to say who's staying there, but there's a celebrity.
Yeah.
A local celebrity okay, that's all I'm going to say. She reached out. We're setting up a private booking for the celebrity. You can't do that because you're a piece of S. You're not big enough. But the big celebrities can reach out to us privately.
You could go on bookairtnd.com. You can see the link to our Airbnb.
Yes.
Or if you just search Airbnbs in Sanford, ours is up there now.
First one.
So
pretty soon we're going to start shooting our OnlyFans videos there.
It's walking distance from all the bar partners that we have downtown.
Excruciating loud music, keep you up all night. Nothing to look forward to.
There's a jazz music next door.
Oh man, that guy,
loud.
That guy with his jazz. Knock it off over there.
Let's do some weird stuff.
All right. Forgot to tell you, it's crazy today.
Tom wanted to do a bit. He called it Weird Job Wednesday.
Phantom prostate.
Dan really likes it. Tom says that's bullshit. It's another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Do you make lots of money and you sit up in your tower looking down on all the people who are working by the hour? It's a Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Weird Job Wednesday brought to you by Streamline Florida, Streamline Mortgage Solutions. Talk to them about maybe reverse mortgages are good for your parents or grandparents. We talked to Leo from Streamline.
Every time you say reverse mortgage, I think reverse cowgirl.
Yeah.
I think everybody should think that. It would make the whole reverse mortgage thing a little bit better, because I've been told for years that reverse cowgirl is no go. Don't do it.
They changed it a couple years ago, and to have your house pay you each month instead of you paying your mortgage payment. So talk to Streamline. We've got Matthew on the line. How you doing, Matthew?
Yeah, doing good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we interrupt you, Matthew? Are you in the middle of crunching the numbers?
I know what Matthew's his weird job is, and your voice and your overall demeanor fits this job perfectly, I think. So, Matthew, what do you do for a living?
So right now I'm a developer, but I think you guys want to talk to me about when I was a piano tuner.
Oh,
yeah.
He's a coder.
Okay, so he codes, but also
so I'm a software developer.
Yeah, but he said that's the boring job. He said where the money was, the sweet spot of the interest.
Piano tuner.
He was a piano tuner.
You know what's weird is that
can't tune a fish.
We need one of these because
can't tune a fish, Tom. I don't know if you heard me say that. Can't tune a fish.
So Matthew, tell us about being a piano tuner.
Yeah, so I obviously grew up playing piano and went to college for piano and was
Oh,
going to
hold
be
on
a
a second.
piano performer.
That is really cool because my mom is the only other person I've ever talked to that went to college for piano. I think it is such a weird, and I don't mean this in weird as in like I'm making fun of it. I think it's really cool because I've always admired piano is awesome that you can sit down in front of the piano and if you have a voice, which I do, and you know how to play piano, you can just start ripping off songs, which is great. But my mom is the only person I've known that went to school for. She's like, yeah, I'm going to school. What do you go to school for? I go for piano. That's all I do is piano. She minored in organ. Weird.
Didn't even know you can go to college for that. Like,
It's a music. You go to music school, you can get a degree in voice. You know, it's no different than that. So, what college did you go to, and did you want to be like a classical player, a jazz player, everything, a composer? What was kind of your deal?
Yeah, so at the time, I mean, I've gone to a lot of colleges in life, but at the time it was UF, and I was thinking I was going to do piano performance. And I think in my head I was just like, okay, I'm gonna like become a famous piano player, right, and tour the world and become famous. But I did it for a year or so, and then I was thinking, okay, actually, there's not going to be a lot of money in piano performance unless you're like the one famous person in the whole world. So that's when I kind of was like, I'm going to start tuning pianos to try to make some money. And I started doing that, and it went pretty well. So I ended up dropping out of college, and I never got a degree, or didn't get that degree, anyways, in piano performance.
You know,
so that's kind of how I got into.
There's only one piano performer that I can think of that I know of personally that I thought could make money for the rest of his life, and I think he passed away. But it was a pianist named Victor Borga. Do you remember him?
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, Victor
Borga.
Borga.
I know him, but I've definitely watched him.
He was a comedian. So he would do the classical, like he was an excellent pianist, you know, a classical player. But he had all these dad jokes and like almost Carrot Top gags that he would do along with his bit. So like he would have the stool that falls down. He would have the papers, his sheet music go everywhere. All the while he's still playing and doing like the gags. It was really, really.
So it was like the Amazing Jonathan of piano.
Sort of, kind of, yeah, but really, really funny and a good pianist, you know. So
Matthew, I'm curious, when you tune a piano, so like I'm guessing you do this at people's houses, correct?
Right, yeah.
As opposed to drive-through piano tuner, Tom.
I mean,
mobile.
Like going to some sort of
He's
studio
mobile.
or like, you know, like some sort of music school or class.
And like just
or
tuning all their pianos?
Yeah, like
gotcha.
You're doing like personal people's grand pianos.
Yeah, you're like a massage table guy for pianos.
Yeah, for the most part. Like I did tune for UNF too, so like I would go there and tune all their pianos. But yeah, they have, you know, old houses too.
So okay, I've got this piano in our house that Crystal's mom gave us.
Yeah, this is when I asked you for free tuning.
No, well, let's just say.
Do you still have all your wrenches and your pitch pipe and your?
Yeah, I still got all my stuff, but I don't do it anymore. So even if it was free, I wouldn't do it.
My mom used to.
What?
My mom used to have the piano tuner come over to our house and tune. My mom had that antique piano that I sold. You know, I couldn't wait to sell it when she died. And then she'd always have the piano tuner come over, and this guy was a weirdo with a big bushy mustache. I was afraid of him as a kid. I remember I'd be peeking out of my door, and here'd walk this weirdo. He could have been pumping my mom, too. I don't even know. But he had a big bushy mustache, and he'd carry a leather satchel with all these little wrenches and stuff in there, and he was just a tall, ugly broom of a man, and he would sit down at it, and he'd be like, ding, 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 and he'd wrench a little bit, and he'd be there for hours.
So how do you do it, Matthew? Like one key at a time and you're tightening the strings? Tell us about it.
Well, yeah, so you do one note at a time. And actually, all the notes have different numbers of strings, right? So from like middle C up, they've got 3 strings. And then about halfway down from there, there's 2 strings. And then the lower notes, like the bottom octave and a half, only have 1 string. But yeah, you go note by note, and then you just, you know, tune it to, you usually start with middle A, or not with middle A, but A for 40, right? And start with that one, and then you temper the first octave, and then you just do the octaves as you go out. So yeah, one note at a time.
What is the? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Well,
sorry.
I was going to say, do you do it with a computer, or can you do it by ear?
Yeah, okay. So when I first started, I did it by ear because, like, that's what, you know, you're supposed to do. But that took forever. Like, it would take me about 2 hours to tune it by ear.
Yeah.
And so after that, I switched to using a machine to assist. So, like, you can get it pretty close to the machine, and then you kind of just fine-tune it by ear. And then it would only take me about 45 minutes.
Yeah, see, like this guy, they didn't
That's
have this
crazy.
back when I was a kid. I'd be peeking out of my room with my G.I. Joes, like scared of this man. And he'd be in front of my mom's piano for like hours and just sitting there like ding, ding, ding. And like she'd have to get that done because she was playing the piano a lot. She'd get it done about every 6 months or so.
So, yeah, that was my next question. How often do you tell people to get this done?
Yeah, so you're supposed to tell people to do it every 6 months because that's, like, the ideal as far as, like, when the temperature changes and everything. But most people do it once a year. And then, of course, like colleges and stuff, they'll do, like, their performance piano before every concert. But for just people at home, usually once a year is plenty.
Yeah, Mom did it, like what he's saying is obviously correct because we do it seasonally. So if we knew that she was going to be at home, because my mom was a teacher as well, right? So when she was on summer break, she'd be picking up a lot of playing gigs. So the guy would come a couple weeks before she was out of school, tune our piano for a couple hours. That way she had a nice fresh piano tune for all of the summer to do piano lessons and also to pick up those gigs.
What does something like this cost? Like to
expensive,
have you come to my house and tune my piano?
Hey.
Yeah, so it's been, a little while since I've done it, but back when I was doing it, I would charge $90 for piano tuning. But I feel like now it's probably closer to like $120 or so. I assume it's gone up.
Yeah, I remember it even being over $100, I believe, and I don't know if this had to do with the fact that our piano was just an antique and like really, really old, but it was over $100 even. I remember as a kid.
Wonder what's
It
more
was expensive.
to tune your piano or re-level your pool table. I wonder what's cheaper.
Which is more neglected. I think more people that have pianos, like you have a piano.
Yeah, I've never.
But I don't think you would ever think to tune it. You'd just be like, well, it's out of tune. We got to throw it away.
Well, we've had it in our house. First, no one plays piano, so it's a laundry board. We just put our laundry on
it's
top
nice
of
and
it.
flat. You put a racetrack on it, right?
Yeah.
You put like a good old slot car racetrack on it.
And Tommy is supposedly learning piano, but I've never seen him do anything.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, they're fast. Kids are fast. He may have done it when you're not looking.
And so it just sits there, takes up space at our house, but we've never had it tuned, and it sounds like...
Hey, Matthew, every time you move it, you should tune it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, they see you've already screwed up because you
It's been sitting in our house for 8 years.
with it, but without being tuned from that first move. Is
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah. But although when
Yeah.
someone plays it, like Tony's wife, she knows how to play piano,
Right.
and she'll play it every once in a
Well,
while.
it's relative pitch. It's in pitch for as good as it is.
Yeah, it
but
sounds
that's-
fun.
right? Well, to you, but
Yeah,
if you check all those notes, I bet they're off by what terminology would you use by saying that they're off?
Well, yeah, so usually how far off it is measured in cents. So you'd say, like, it's 10 cents off or 50 cents. But, with it sitting that long, like, you'll probably be like a whole half pitch or a whole pitch, a whole tone down, possibly. So, yeah. And the longer it sits, it takes longer to tune it. So, like, if you sit it for a long time and then try to retune it, like, it costs more because you have to pull everything up and then kind of fine-tune it, and usually you have to do that through a couple visits, too. So, you end up paying for it when it sits for a long time.
You know what I was going to buy recently?
I hope it's
because,
something ridiculous.
Well, no one ever plays this stupid piano that we have. And
get a player piano.
Yes.
Dude, I support that gift.
Because
I support that.
Because my fantasy was I was going to get the player piano, and then it's going to be playing like Christmas music as we sit around the Christmas tree.
I just like the old, it sounds like a saloon.
Yeah, yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
So your piano's a grand piano, right?
Yes.
Is it a grand? Yeah, so you can actually retrofit that. You can put a player system in it that just takes discs, and you put a disc in it, and then it plays the keys. So the piano actually plays, and it does background music and everything. Like, that's one of the things I used to do too, is install those.
I don't know if you have a
turn that into a
grand.
player piano.
You might have a baby grand.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a difference? I got a
okay.
baby.
Well, still same. No, it's the same thing. As long as it's not an upright.
No, it's not an upright. I believe it's a baby grand piano.
Well,
as long as I was around pianos, I should know what a damn piano looks like.
Well, you guys didn't let me finish.
No.
I was gonna get this because I had this fantasy of it actually playing by itself, and I just play. And then now they got ones with an app, and then you just put it.
Have you seen the one with
what
the
song?
You could set the French witch in front of it, and make it sound like
Yeah.
make it look like she's playing.
And then I was like, well, what does that cost? Like $6, $700 maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's a lot, but
It is a lot.
$2,800. Like it was nearly $3,000.
Oh my God!
It was insane.
You can buy Spotify for $6.99 a month. Have
I
every
know.
song in the world.
And then that's when I said, "So screw this. It'd be cheaper to hire Bubba to go
Oh, I don't know if it would. But he's only good for about 2 shows.
Anyway, so why are they so expensive?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is the labor. Like, it takes quite a while to put it in. And when I used to put those things in, like, it was always like people who were kind of like upper middle class. They weren't rich enough to afford somebody to actually come and play for their party, but they wanted to have piano playing for their party. So, like, that would be pretty common. But yeah, I mean, most of it's labor. Like, you really have to do a lot of work to get that in there. You have to cut up the bottom of the piano to put it in and everything. So, it's kind of a lot of work, and you could really script the piano. So they probably
you should get a professional to do it.
Well,
okay, yeah, don't be doing it yourself.
But then when I found out you have to do all, like, I thought it was just something you could just lay
Sit on
down.
there, yeah.
Just sit down
you
on
just
the
want it like no different than a sunshade in a car or something.
But this is, you got to have a professional come in and they got to cut it all up, and they're like,
they're slicing up your piano.
Oh, then my wife's yelling, "That's my mom's family
Does it
heirloom."
have some sentimental value.
No,
Who played it in the family?
Nobody. It just
So it's a piece of furniture. It's not a piano.
Well, I don't know.
It's this Van family folding board.
Her grandparents got it at some old house.
That's not what I'm asking.
Passed it along.
Who plays it?
Nobody plays.
Okay, then it's a piece of furniture. You see my point? Like, if nobody plays it, if there's not one like, oh, Aunt Gertie, she really ripped up the keys.
Yeah,
or she was, trained at Juilliard, like she was an accomplished pianist. If you don't have that,
I know.
Then I don't understand why you're holding on to it, because there's no sentimental value to look. We have this piano, so what are the memories we have? Oh, of setting clothes on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know. The only way she sold me is the fact that she said, like, "Well, rich people have this, if we have it, we'll look rich."
You
and
do
I'm like,
look
"You're
rich."
Right.
When I walk in, I'm like, "Oh my God! How much is he making from our company? More than I make."
Yeah. And then I'm like, "Look at this thing."
I got to look into this 35% thing.
I just slam the keys.
The only thing that's bad, Matthew, about their piano is the myriad of small smiley face stickers on the keys to remind you of the fingering for any dumb Adele song.
So, Matthew, how many clients did you accumulate tuning pianos? Because I'm sure it's like any other sales job.
It's repeat customers for sure.
You get these, and then hopefully after a couple of years, you got a full-time job just doing the same clients over and over.
Yeah. So I don't remember how many I had. I want to say I had a couple hundred of just private people, but yeah, actually the majority of my money came from, like I said, I tuned for like a couple of big schools. And then also, like, I would get deals with piano stores where whenever they would sell a piano, they would give you a free tuning. And so I would get, the store would pay me. And so that would be, you get most of your money from that, actually, as opposed to private people. Because a lot of times, it's just like people, they have somebody come tune their piano, and then they don't do it for another 5 or 6 years. So it's hard to get people, like just the average person, to do it regularly.
Have you ever been tuning a piano, and then in mid-twist of your wrench, you feel a bout of diarrhea come on, and you have to use
the customer's
bathroom, and or, two-part question, and or has an old grandma with tube sock tees ever, opened her robe to you, a gentleman's offer to come and lay with her after you're done with the wrenches and diarrhea.
Yeah, that's called pay your husband's debt. I've seen the videos.
I've seen the videos. I have to do this. I have to sleep with the piano tuner to repay his debt.
So first of all, I would never ever use anybody's bathroom just because I can't ever use the bathroom except for at my own house. And then also the closest thing that ever happened like that is one time I went to the wrong house and I went to the neighbor's house by accident, and like the lady came to the door, and she was in the shower, and so she had wrapped up in a towel and then told me I was at the wrong address and was really mean.
She was really mean. You get the hell out of here, you pervert! I know you piano turning pervert!
Matthew, that's not even
remotely close. It's not even exact. In fact, it's the opposite.
Yeah. I guess she was in a towel,
I
but
was like, give me a sexy little story here, and you're like, one time this lady molested me at school. I'm like, well, that's not what we're talking about.
So, Matthew, how much money did you make as a piano tuner a year? Let's say, roughly.
Yeah, so I should say that this was when I was, right in college, so I was very young. But I think I I got up to about $50K a year. So
Wow.
not good, but I was single,
I got to
so.
tell you, coming
Wow.
and going as you please.
That's
tuning
way more
in-
than I thought.
You're working in music. I'm guessing it's relatively calming. It's not like a crazy, oh my God, this piano's freaking out. Like
it's not high pressure.
Yeah, it's not high pressure. I'm going to say that this is one of my favorite jobs we've had on the show because I could see myself with no Andrea and Maisie hates me. I could see myself sailing into the distance.
Old
Little
man
Danny,
piano, yeah.
pull up in my Tesla, got my tools in the back. I'm quiet, get out.
Yeah.
Got a dad hat on.
You work
got
by
a
your-
farted shirt.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's only tuning like two to three pianos a day, and they only take 45 minutes. So, I usually like tune one piano, go to lunch, tune another one, and either
That's
be
a
done or have
government
one more
job,
in the
dude. That
afternoon.
is awesome.
This
This
is
is
good.
I mean,
So why'd you leave that?
yeah. What you want to start a family?
Yeah, well, that's kind of a long story, but yeah. So I was kind of bored, so I went to fire school after that just for fun, and then decided I wanted to be a paramedic. So I started going to nursing school, and that's when I met my wife, and so then.
There's a lot going on here. So wait a minute. So
Hold
you're
on, you
tuning
went
pianos.
from the best job to the worst job.
Yeah, you
Because
really did.
I got friends that are firefighter, paramedics,
Oh, it's
and
a hard job.
they tell me how much stress it is, and then people are dying.
You're just calling. It's usually fentanyl or confused old person, right?
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
it.
And then they're yelling at you because they spent a bunch of money on their pain pills, and now you gave them fentanyl, and it all went away.
Also, I think it's weird that piano tuner and nurse and not gay. It's weird, man.
Yeah. So, anyways, I dropped out of school so my wife could finish nursing school, and then when she was done, I needed to get a job fast. So I took all my credits from everything that I had done and tried to find which major I could finish the fastest, and it
interdisciplinary
was
studies.
software development.
That's what I did. I did interdisciplinary studies.
Oh.
You take all your credits, you smush them into a credit ball.
Yeah, it was software development. So I did software development and got my degree in that, and that's what I do now.
Nice.
But don't you miss piano tuning, Matthew?
I
I feel
bet.
like you should go back because that's what I
Yeah.
feel like you were made for.
It's calling you.
Yeah, I definitely miss like the fact that you can do your own hours and it's like super relaxing and like there's no headaches or anything. But I make a lot more money now, so that's always good.
Did you ever get in there and you're just wrenching on this piano and you're like, God damn, can't get the middle C to be a true middle C?
Yeah, you definitely had that problem too, where like pens if you got in a really old piano, the pen wouldn't stay, and so the note would just stay out of tune, and so you'd either have to be like, look, like we're gonna have to just like cut the string out, and you'll just have one less string for that note, or try to fix it. Yeah, so that would definitely happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know that because there were times when my mom would be getting her piano tuned. I know that sounds horrible. And the guy would be like, look, this is as good as it's gonna get because this thing is like 100 years old. Unless you want to do some pretty significant repairing, and I guess restringing is something that they don't ever advise, but I mean, it can be done if there's irreparable damage.
I can't believe how complicated the guts of a piano are. Like, I open the
crazy.
thing, I'm like, oh my
You
God.
should look at a woman. Crazier.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, usually when you do that kind of stuff to a piano, like it doesn't actually retain the value, so you usually only do that for like sentimental value.
Right.
Matthew, let's end with coding real quick because it's something I have. Like,
Well, he's rich now. I mean, he was doing the fun job.
Well,
He used the fun job to meet his wife, nurse. He's got a hot nurse wife, and now he's making the money because he's Smarty Pants.
like the piano tuning, I totally understand. It's like
No, you don't. You don't know how to do it.
No, I don't know how to, but I understand the concept of you press the key, the hammer comes down and hits these strings,
Yeah.
and the strings make a noise.
Actually, it would go up on a grand piano. You hit the string.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But basically, I get the gist of it. And then,
Well, this guy, he really wanted to get you because you're like, I understand it. And he's like, no, actually, you don't understand
but
it.
then you tighten the strings or loosen the strings to change the pitch. And okay, that's basically
like a
it.
guitar.
Coding, I can't even begin to explain even the basic concept of it. Give me the basic hammer hit the strings of coding.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you have code, right? Which there's all the different languages, and basically it gets translated into machine language, and then the computer does whatever you tell it to do. It's the general basic, and so you're writing out the code, and it's kind of like it's just like words, right? So you kind of know Like, it's just a language. And so you know how to tell somebody to do something. Like, if I
Why
tell
don't
you
computers know
to
English?
make-
And I'm just like, hey,
That's
make me a cheeseburger, computer. The
Or-
computer's like, I understand you perfectly making a cheeseburger.
Why can't you tell the computer, hey, I want you to do this, without writing a bunch
Of jibber jabber.
it's just
Zeros and ones, and
Yeah, the Matrix. I've seen the Matrix.
Yeah, we've seen the Matrix. You're not fooling us, sir.
Is it green? Does it have to be green?
Yeah, because then everybody would do it, and then we wouldn't have jobs anymore. So
That's true.
you have to keep it somewhat complicated.
Well, can't we teach a computer to do it? Because they seem to be
Yeah.
better at everything.
Yeah, they've been trying. There's been a lot of effort to have computers write their own, software, but then they become self-aware and kill us all.
Oh, that's when they
Yeah,
crush
like
your
that.
skull.
You know what? Like that guy a couple weeks ago that worked for Google, he said that he was working in their AI department, and he said that, as he was testing this AI, that it had become self-aware and was talking, like, was scaring him. What was funny, though, is that every picture they used of this guy that leaked this information, he was dressed in a steampunk top hat. He was a big fat chungus dressed like a full steampunk outfit, and I'm like, well, I can't take you seriously because look at how stupid you look. Like, so even if the computer is going to kill us all and it's coming for us, I'm willing to take that chance based on your dumb steampunk hat.
Matthew, I feel like all the people that understand coding are getting one over on all the dummies like myself out there.
Yeah, with
because
NFTs because they're selling you NFTs.
You're
You're buying all the coders are selling us these NFTs. They're like, oh yeah, this is going to be a future of art. No, it's not. You just scammed me.
It's not only that, because, Matthew, I feel like as I get older and more experienced, I'm getting to be a better businessman, right?
Oh my God! What,
Really? Hold on, follow me here.
Okay, I will.
So then, in a meeting, I can hold my own. Daniel's seen me.
Oh, you're good at
in a
meetings.
Sales meeting.
Sales meetings, I would say you excel in sales meetings.
You come in, I tell you about our
it was,
advertising, I close.
I think it was Ross McCoy who said you come in like a shark.
Yeah,
I think that's from
he
our
knows.
documentary. Check it out. Used to be on Amazon. I like. Do you like
It's
that?
on
I'm like,
YouTube.
used to be on Amazon. Oh yeah, it is on YouTube.
Anyway.
Nobody goes to YouTube anymore. We've moved on. We're TikToking it now.
And I can stand up with the best of them. And
You can also sit down with the best of them too. You're good at that.
And if I'm in a meeting with you, there's other big wigs. I can hold my own.
You can.
And then they're like, "What say you, Tom Van?" I just tell you whatever.
You also have the barrel chest of Elon Musk on a yacht. Have you seen that? Oh my God!
But I'm Tanner.
You are way Tanner.
And
he is a thick boy, man. Wow, Elon, you are thick as hell, big old fat chungus. Where's your top hat? Oh my God, AI self-aware.
But when it comes to our app, Matthew,
I'm talking to a guy.
yeah, I know. But it's the app people. They tell me they're like, well, here's what it is. The most complicated thing in the world. $12,000, and I'm like, okay.
I have to another guy will be like, I can do this in my off time. For free. I'll do it. I'm like, what?
Come on! I was like, I thought it was how is it? Two people telling me it's easy, and then one person says it's impossible. Like, how can it be so different of an opinion? Tell us.
So
Matthew.
I have big news.
Yeah,
our app
sure.
is being altered right now. Bubba Whoop S. Wilson has the code.
Yeah, okay, so first of all, I should mention that I'm one of the guys that emailed Dan and said I'll do it for free in my off time.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of our
Thank you.
guys.
Is it done?
So you're obviously calling to let us know it's done, right?
Yeah, is it done?
Can we cut the ribbon? I brought my steampunk top hat.
It's done. Download it. It works
Get
perfect.
it. Go to the App Store. Get it now. I don't know where the App Store is, but get it.
Yeah, so a lot of it just has to do with the languages that it's written in, right? So you guys have native apps, so you have an actual Android app and an actual iOS app.
Don't be
And
airing
so,
our
like, for me,
business,
the
man. God damn.
The iOS app is written in kind of like an older iOS language that I'm not familiar with. So, like, if I was going to be the one who do it, it would take me a long time to do the iOS part just because it's a language I'm not really familiar with. So I kind of have to figure it out as I go. So that's kind of why different people give you different estimates. Also, if there's a big company doing it, they got to pay a lot of people in the middle. Like, you're not just paying the developer, but you're paying the, all the people who are
if you
running the
knew
company.
I think I gave you a little backstory of what we've done with our app. I mean, we've talked to guys that say we don't want to work with your app anymore. We've talked to guys that say I can do it for free. I can do it in one night. I've talked to guys that said like, we can do it, but you'll have to talk about our hot sauce company. I was like, okay, I'll do it. They're like, they go there. I've had people say I'll S your D for the.
Yeah, some people are like, no, this is you never throw this away.
Some people say this isn't an app. I thought it was a flyer for a piece of paper.
It's so different. Trash. And then I'm stuck because I can't even Matthew.
And then I got some people that say, "Oh, I use the app every day. It works great." Then I got some people that say, like, I use the app every day too, and it's the worst app. Like some people will write me and be like, "Hey Dan, hope you're having a good Tuesday. You have the worst app, Jerry."
I'm not joking. If someone said, "I'll give you $1 billion," oh
my God, I'll give you $1 billion. What? $1 billion? You sicko!
If you can change even one thing on the app.
What do you mean?
Just like
change the colors.
Like we own the code or whatever it is.
I don't know if that's to be true. I don't know if that's to be true.
I'm saying we have access to it. I've seen the emails.
I have access to it.
So I don't think I could do it. Like even if you gave me 2 years to learn how to do it, I don't think I could even change anything.
Hold on. I can break it. I know.
Oh yeah. Well, that's easy. I just go in there and just delete
just add a couple keystrokes.
Yeah. So, but changing, it's so complicated to me. I can't even begin to understand it.
Yeah, I think Dan could do it. I think Dan could pick it up if he just put a little bit of time into doing some software development. Like he kind of already is computer savvy. It seems like.
I don't have any time though.
I don't think it would be that difficult.
I don't have any time to do it. I gotta go home. I got my kid. I gotta ignore and read Reddit. I got a lot of stuff to do.
Well, Matthew, thanks for doing our Weird Job Wednesday and talking about piano tuning. We appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. And hey, I know you guys read my email in the commercial, but I just bought some stuff with Bart and Crystal, and it worked out great. So I'm really happy about that. So thanks.
Oh, awesome!
That's fantastic, man.
Well, dude, thanks for using our sponsors, and
you're a good sport too, and we appreciate it, man. We need more people like you in the world, like kind, fun-loving people.
And since you use Bart and Crystal, send us an email. We'll send you something, or you can come in and watch the show. We just got to get you on the list.
These are just empty promises.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely come in. I'll email Dan and get a time to come in.
All right, buddy. Take care of yourself. All right.
See ya.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Later. Be
Bye.
good. That was fun. Kind of hurt my feelings.
You know what?
Start talking about the app thing, I get real sad about it.
I think I could do it.
I think you could do anything. I feel like your confidence has taken a bit of a hit since the whole Crunchwrap debacle. And
no, it's stronger
when
than ever.
the multitude. Well, I think it is now. But it's a pendulum effect of the multitudes of people that came out of the woodwork, myself included, that said you were too stupid to fold a Crunchwrap. Which now that I've thought about it, and now that I even articulated that phrase again, that's a horrible thing to say to somebody. I apologize.
But I understand.
I apologize to you for being so mean.
I don't get insulted. I totally understand why you think that and why.
What would your wife say if I told your wife, like, do you think?
Oh, she thinks I'm the dumbest.
If I gave him all the ingredients,
she sent me a TikTok meme of. I don't think we can.
This is how you guys communicate now.
Yeah.
I see something that reminds me of you. I'm going to send it to you to make you sad.
You know what it was? I don't think we can even play this, but it was an
Was
Instagram.
it Beetlejuice from Howard Stern?
No, it was old
Lamborghini.
No, the what's the guy Quantum Leap. Where he jumps.
When he looks at the window and he goes, "I'm a
Yeah. And it was the meme was when I realized I've been spelling the wrong word for 20 years.
Yeah, I've done that before.
And then it's just him. And then that's what she thinks of me.
It's crazy.
I am Scott Bakula. I'm an R word.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those where I'm like, really? That's a thing? Imagine one day. Right? You've been doing something one way for the longest time, and then imagine one day you wake up and it's completely different. Like, imagine one day you wake up and you're like, Filatowski? What? Like, and then your head blows off, right?
Yeah. It's, I'm
trying to think of one that I think I've had a few, I think I've had more than one of the spelling one, where I go to spell the word, and then Andrea corrects it, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I vow to never spell it wrong again, and I do.
Yeah.
I'm not a good speller at all, man.
It's when you refuse to change the real.
You have a little bit of that in you, and so do I. I think that's probably why we get along. Yeah. We have a little bit of the refuse to change. So does Sam. She has a little bit of it too. We're all a little stuck in our ways.
But if you tell me I have to, I'll get through it. It'll just be a painful
Well, you're not
transition.
a complainer, ever.
Yeah.
It will be a painful transition, but you don't get, like, I'm way more of a complainer than you. Like, you're not, if this whole place were on fire and we had to deal with it, you're not going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is on fire. You've accepted the fact it's on fire. Like me, I'm like, it's still on fire? How is this happening? I waste a lot of time screaming. Like, how is this happening? Who did this?
But sometimes you have to scream to let people know you're
I guess.
feeling something.
I
That's
feel like
what my
that's your wife. I'm
Yeah.
right there, dude. I feel like that's what your wife would say.
Yeah. Like the other day, she was like, "I just need human contact. Just touch my
hold on.
legs."
That's really sad. That just touch my legs. I need human contact. That's what someone says in their deathbed, right? Like you don't say that.
And then
On a Monday night, you don't say that.
Then I sit down on the couch and I'm like, just tell me. Like, and that's, she wants me to inherently know to go sit down and start rubbing her legs. And then I'm like, just tell me to sit down here, rub my legs.
Yeah,
then
I'm not
I'll do
rubbing
it.
legs unless I'm going to get to have sex.
That's
Like,
the
I don't
problem. I
rub
start rubbing her legs.
Yeah,
And then she's like, anytime you touch me, that's all you want.
Yeah,
and then
because
storms
it's
off.
not okay.
And then I'm like,
show me the man that just sits on the couch. He's watching Cheers and he's rubbing his wife's legs. I'm like, all right, your legs good. Good night. Like, nobody does that, and I'm not gonna do that.
Well, that's what she
And
wants.
if you want, then go, then divorce. That's
No,
what I say. That's what I
no.
say to Andrea. If Andrea drew a line in the sand and said, "Look, when we're watching Mr. Mayor on Peacock, you will rub my legs and no sex," I'd be like, well, it's been fun.
No, I need my the comfort of my life. I can't go start over again. I can't
Well,
go
you're
to
not going to be.
I can't go to a dad
You're
apartment.
not gonna be.
And then I have no
it's a
furniture. I
war
can't live
of-
by myself.
It's just like what do they call that? A war of attrition, where like literally you're just gonna have to grind it out.
No.
Head down.
That's what I'm doing. I can't go start over. Like me and wife kicks me out. I can't take my beautiful home away from my sons, so she'll have to live in there with the sons, and I'll live
So there are relationships
in the bad part of town because that's
you
all I
you
can
live
afford.
with me.
Yeah, no,
You can live with me.
Andrea won't let, because I'll start drinking. I'll start bringing women over.
It's fine. You can bring women over. It's totally fine.
No. I'll start bringing the BDMs because I start partying with them, and they start coming over.
Bringing over a couple of their wives.
Yeah. Then next thing you know, Tully's up. He goes upstairs. I'm like, you can't go upstairs, Tully.
Yeah, I caught him. I went downstairs, and Maisie was like, I went to get my cereal, and Tully's in the kitchen. Maisie knows Tully. They're hanging out.
Yeah. And then, I don't get my ass together, and then I stop paying I promised you some rent, and I stopped paying that a long time ago.
I don't look at the bank account. I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, but your wife will know. She
dealing
keeps
with
a ledger.
her, man. She's an old bitch.
But then she evicts me, and then the cops are dragging
I
me
wouldn't
out.
let her do that.
No,
I wouldn't let her do that.
She'll tell you it has to be done. What are you gonna
Then
do?
I'd be like, I got no recourse here, bro.
What are you gonna do?
Sorry, bro.
Yeah. Then the cops are dragging me out. Then I'm sleeping
They wouldn't
here.
drag you out. They do that move where they know you, so they
Oh,
let you
they're like,
walk out.
Come on, Tom.
They'd let you walk out. We don't want to cuff you in front of Maisie. She's like, you can cuff him. It's fine. I've seen it.
All right, let's do some voicemail.
All right, let's do a couple voicemail. Get out of here. It's a nice man on our Weird Job. We meet a lot of nice people on our Weird Job Wednesdays.
Yeah.
The vast majority of my best friends were Weird Job Wednesdays. A lot of people don't know that.
Man, I got to tell you, like sometimes I fantasize. You know what? Because I can't do piano tuning or anything detailed.
4 women at once?
But no. I fantasize about what if I was a leak detector for pools, right? Follow me here.
Oh, dude.
You go and you scuba dive.
You get to swim.
Yeah, okay. You go to like.
This is one of your smartest, dumbest plans.
Yeah, well, this
Tom Van Leak detector.
This is my fantasy job.
Oh my God.
Is that I show up at your house and then I put my scuba diving gear on. And
well, that's
then,
a little. I mean, you didn't even check to see if I'm like, sir. I'm like, sir.
You hire me.
I just want to see if there's a leak. You really don't need to do that.
No, like I'm one of the best in the business, so you hire me.
It says it there, right on his truck. That's how you know.
Yeah,
It says it on the tailgate, a rusted tailgate of my truck. It says best in the business.
Yeah, Yeah, because I also do pool cleaning on the side too.
Yeah, we have to do something on the side.
So I got a rusted. My whole tailgate, the whole package is rusted
But
out.
that's how you know, because I'm like, oh, this guy does a lot of gigs.
And then I show up with my scuba gear, and then I go.
When you drive with it on? That's fantastic.
And then
It's hot.
It takes me a while to
in
get in the
there.
wetsuit.
Once you're in it, you don't want to peel that thing off.
And so
You know how hard it is to do. You know how hard it is to diarrhea at a Wendy's in a wetsuit. You're trying to take the wetsuit off in a Wendy's bathroom. I can't get this thing off.
And then I go to your backyard, I put on my tank, and then I get in your pool, and then I swim around, I grid.
How do they do it?
I'll tell you how, because I fantasize about
Don't
it.
scream at me, bro.
So you go around and you look for cracks, and then you take a little like eyedropper filled with blue dye, and then the pool has to be still. And then
So you're just like kind of just going real.
you're just floating. You get your BC regulated,
love
so you're
this.
hovering.
I love this.
And then you push a little poof of blue dye
Into
next to the crack, and if it starts sucking the blue dye in the crack, you know that the crack is seeping water out. So then you take this
Tom Van crack detector.
you take this little compound that you mix as like a JB Weld or whatever, and then you
like surfboard epoxy.
and then you spackle it on there, and then it dries.
Oh, what's that
or
run
whatever.
me? 200,
No,
250?
it's all built into the base price.
Okay.
Best in the business. I
Hey,
told you
I
it's
like
on
it.
my,
Best
it's
in
on the side of my
business.
truck.
Tom Van crack detection.
And then you just go around, and then you seal up all the cracks, and then you tell the homeowner, like, if there's any more problems, you see the water level changing, you just give me a call.
Oh, you got any more problems? Give me a call. Best in the business.
I guarantee my work, so it's whatever. And then
Do I get a little? Okay, the one thing that my dad
get a
always,
magnet.
Yeah, I don't want a magnet. I'm gonna give you the one thing that I have to have whenever any labor person would leave my home. Or my dad made sure of this.
Yeah.
I need to get a pink copy of the receipt.
Okay.
My
yeah,
dad
yeah.
notoriously would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like,
I'll give you a pink
anybody
copy.
he dealt with, he'd come back in the house after talking to him, and he'd have a pink receipt. He'd fold it up. It'd be like the carbon copy.
Yeah.
And it'd be the pink receipt. He'd fold it up and he'd put it in the junk drawer. That's how we knew, that was our recourse in case something happened.
And I write my quotes when I come from the initial meeting. I
Yeah.
come in a polo. I still have
Oh,
sandals.
no, I want the
everywhere.
wetsuit.
No, I got my logo, best in the business on
But
my
it's
shirt.
too big.
Yeah, it's all
It's
like,
embroidered,
I
and
gotta-
then your meemaw, your old granny, your wife, your big fat wife washed it, and it got all
shrunk it up. Yeah, I'm like, you
because
put it in the dryer.
The embroidery is too large because you went with like imprint.
Yeah.
For imprint, or you
Yeah,
went
yeah.
with some. Your buddy does it on the side.
Yeah. And like they make polos in plastic. It stinks like
They
BO.
put that
Yeah.
big piece of white on the back of it. They iron it on first, and then they stitch it. Oh my God, it looks horrible.
And then I'm like, let me go to my truck and get you a quote. And then I go to my truck.
Yeah, give me
and
a magnet too.
Then I'm vaping in there.
Yeah, I see you vaping though from my window. I see you vaping, and it makes me think a little bit. But it's blueberry flavored, so I can't really get on yet.
And then I write the quote in pencil, and then I rip it off. And it's in the back. It's like on the back of some sort of other flyer for another business.
It's on a U-line. You wrote it on the back of a U-line.
Yeah. And then
catalog.
And then I fold it before I give it to you.
Yeah,
that's a professional.
You gotta fold it to me.
And then the best of the business that you open, you look
I'm
at
like,
it.
Oh wow, look at this.
And then it's just like you wrote down $280.
Yeah, that's all you wrote. You
And then
didn't really detail anything. You didn't itemize anything. You just wrote the price on there on a pink piece of paper.
And then I'm like, I could do it right now because I'm
in the wetsuit.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. Just change my shoes.
Yeah. Like I could do it now, and if you pay me cash, I'll do it for $20 cheaper.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I'm freaking out.
And
I need my poison.
I need 20 minutes for this. The pill I just took to kick in.
Yeah. And then once you agree to pay, I'm like, all right, I gotta go back to my truck, get my head right.
Yeah.
And then
we know what that means.
And then I'm like, where's my eyedropper?
You can't find anything.
All right, bye.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We're always really excited when we get to talk to our friends over at OCLS, the Orange County Library System. And let me just reiterate that you're gonna have to work really hard to beat my wife and daughter at checking out books and how many they're dominating over the summer, because they are straight nerds and they take advantage of the ability to have free books in your home at all times, and my wife and daughter are always doing it. Me, not so much. But on the line with us right now via Zoom from the Orange County Library System is Josh Seidel. Scheidel. Why did I say it wrong?
I
even asked him.
Yeah, you got it on
Josh
track, dude.
Scheidel is here. He's from the events department at OCLS. Hey, thanks for being on the line, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, no worries. I really appreciate you having me on.
So, Josh, let's talk Pedalpalooza. It's happening this Saturday.
Pedalpalooza?
Yeah, July
Yeah.
23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So tell us about Pedalpalooza.
Yeah, so this is the first time we're having something like this. I started, been biking a lot since the pandemic started.
Nice.
Been biking to work. Wanted to get some people in the community together. So right now we're working with 6 different organizations, which is Winter Garden Wheelworks, Rethink Your Commute, Bike Walk Central Florida, Sorba, which is the mountain biking group here in Orlando, and the Orlando Bike Coalition, as well as the Florida Watermelon Association, because it's going to be a hot day. So
Oh my
figured
God,
why
you're
not?
working with Samantha. That's awesome. It's incredible that she's.
Hold on, there's a Florida Watermelon Association? I had no idea.
So there is a national watermelon board, and
my
they
God.
put me in contact with the Florida Watermelon Association. But they're both based here. I mean, the national's based in Orlando, and then Florida Watermelon, I believe, is in Tampa.
Are we known for our watermelon, Josh? Is
Hey.
that a thing that Orlando and I like that he's like,
Where are
here's
the
a-
watermelon fields? I never see them.
No,
like
you
I
never will. They're
I see
underground.
I see the fern
Well, the fern people are flashier. The watermelon
well,
people, they like to keep it close to the vest.
I
Very-
I see citrus, I see strawberries. I don't see watermelon fields.
You never will.
What?
Yeah. They're very, very sneaky plants.
He's
So
right. Josh is right. They're sneaky fields.
Stay close to the ground.
Yeah, they're low. They're low like me. You
Yeah.
very like
Have I passed by watermelon fields
Every
and
day.
I don't?
Yeah.
every day.
But you would see them
No.
big ass watermelons.
No,
right?
they
Like, hold on.
they're everywhere. They just blend in.
Hold on, we need to get someone from the Florida Watermelon Association on the
Okay.
line.
All right.
Because I need to talk watermelons.
Demand facts.
Oh, sorry, Josh. Back to Pedalpalooza.
I'm just as excited as you are. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be the actually from the watermelon is gonna be the Florida Watermelon Queen is gonna be coming. So
What?
There's a
it should be
queen?
exciting.
There's a queen watermelon.
There is a queen. Yeah. The things you don't know until you just find something and then it just keeps going.
And
So,
I think this is
they're-
our first
they're
time
awesome.
having
We work with
Josh
them.
on the show, and I just got to tell you, just in first impressions, you fit our show perfectly, man. I'm loving you in this role of giving us some new events that OCLS is flying up the flagpole.
Oh, hold on.
Back to Watermelon Queen.
yeah. Let's talk about
let's go
this.
for it.
We were
Because-
talking about Pedalpalooza, but now he wants to go
Yeah.
full Watermelon
We'll get back
Queen.
to that. We'll
Okay,
get back to
that's
that.
fine.
We'll
got
circle
to-
back. Yeah,
we got
for
time.
sure.
Okay, follow me here. I feel like whoever does the marketing for the strawberry is pretty good because there's a lot of strawberry festivals.
Yeah.
I haven't yet to see one watermelon
Yeah,
festival.
Strawberry benefits as being one of the 3 most recognizable flavors. Now, dare I say it's third place, but is one of the 3 most recognizable flavors in our lexicon. So I'm telling you right now that it doesn't. It's not fair. Strawberry is big strawberry. Chocolate vanilla strawberry. Watermelon doesn't get that benefit, man.
But
Yeah,
if,
they're not Neapolitan yet, but
Thank you.
they're trying.
Josh
they're really
knows.
pushing for it.
But I
get
feel-
watermelon or get strawberries out of here.
Yeah, like vanilla, chocolate, watermelon.
watermelon is the quintessential
Summer treat.
summer
Yes.
fruit.
Yeah, it is the summer
Right.
fruit.
And it's been like that for years. And also, I've recently found out. Now, Josh, we're gonna have to ask the watermelon board about this. But when I was on this camping trip, I saw a bunch of broken up watermelons like laying around trash cans, and I couldn't figure out why. But they were like, it seemed to be attracting all the big black doo-doo flies that
Yeah.
were around, and
they
they
love them.
and they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like you break a watermelon over here to bring all the flies away from the campers. That has to be a thing because I saw it everywhere I went. So not only is it a delicious summer treat, but it can be used as a fly repellent I guess
I don't
attract
think so. I
flies.
think you need to add that last
Toss
part.
over
in.
into the neighbor's yard.
But I guess if you're eating them, all the flies will come
Yeah,
to you.
I mean, if you rum it all over your face, or if you're holding
We're gonna
it.
figure that out. But if we
Yeah.
put one over there, I don't know. So Josh, back to Pedalpalooza. So tell us about the event.
So basically, I just wanted to get like I said, I've been biking a lot myself recently, and just new in Orlando. I have been in Orlando for a long time, but but I knew it was always like tough for me to like get around in different places in town. So, you know, we're one of the like the number one like pedestrian like test in the country, which is kind of crazy. And so like for biking, but there are some really, really good areas in town that you can bike and do it well and safely. And one of those places is right in front of the Winter Garden Library. The West Orange Trail like kind of runs right alongside of that on Plant Street. So I just figured we'd get a bunch of folks down there. You know, it's the same day as the farmers market. So we're going to be hopefully grabbing some people from there,
Yeah, man.
checking it out. And yeah, as people bike by, they'll be able to talk to folks who know bikes, know how to keep it safe, know how to, repair, get some things done like that. And yeah, they're all such cool organizations in town. So
I love it. Yeah, I've actually ridden that trail. I ride bikes myself almost every day.
Nice.
And yeah, the West Orange Trail is phenomenal. And you're right. It's right there in front of I believe that's the Winter Garden branch, right?
That's correct. And yeah, that's where it's going to be at. So on Saturday.
And that's awesome. Yeah. And what time can people meet you down there?
Yeah, so we're going to be set up right around 11 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be there till about 2 in the afternoon. So, so Saturday, 11 to 2, grab some fruit and veg from the farmer's market, grab some fruit here, and then, talk bikes.
I love it. Bikes and watermelon. I love it.
Josh, let me ask you this.
Sure thing.
In all these, like, bike get-togethers, bicycle get-togethers that I see, whether it be some sort of takeover or like a group of bicyclists go down in groups or whatever, there's always one guy with a tall penny farthing and a top hat.
Yeah.
And he's
the tryhard.
And he brings his penny farthing.
It's like the guy in the business meeting that starts making jokes.
Yeah.
When you all just want to get out of the meeting, it's like a Friday afternoon and you've got this meeting, but then you got Jerry over here that's tried all of his new stand-up.
So do you think there's going to be a penny farthing out there at Pedalpalooza?
Hey, we can only hope, but no unicycles, so gotta have two wheels.
How do you feel?
I like that. I like the ban on unicycles because I was about to go hard on unicycles.
He drew a line in the sand,
and I'm glad you did because there's also another guy with a tall ass unicycle.
What about tall bikes though?
Tall bikes, that's fine,
Okay.
but the tall unicycle, I don't like how fast you have to pedal it because you look goofy.
Well, he's got all the chain linkage going all the way down,
and then they do the move where when you balance, you have to go back and forth, back and forth.
It might be a jealousy thing, is why the band's on. So I've tried once, fallen down many times, and hasn't happened again.
You know, my wife's mother is a professional unicyclist.
Really?
Yeah.
She knows how to.
Andrea's mom, yeah.
Oh, can she still do it?
Oh, yeah, still got it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
The problem with Andrea's mom is...
Why haven't we had her on stage?
She's going to get mad if I say that, but I'll say it. The problem with Andrea's mom is that if there's a unicycle anywhere and she sees it, it's like game on. So I can't let her see unicycles. Like if we are somewhere, there's like we could be at like.
Well, I want to see her do it.
We could be at a Bennigan's and there's one on the wall for flair, and she'd like yank it down and just go around the parking lot.
Like she can't stop herself.
Can't stop herself.
Well, why hasn't Andrea learned how to do the family tradition?
Never got the bug,
unicycle?
and I think it hurt Vicky, her mom. I think it hurt her deeply that she didn't want to carry on.
Yeah.
That you would want that. Like even Andrea's dad wanted her, I think, to be in insurance. You know, the two dreams of Andrea's parents were insurance on her dad's side and unicycle on the mom's side, and neither of them stuck.
Couldn't figure out a way to fit them together. Like that's the.
No, she's in the chat room. People are saying, "Is this fake?" No, ask her. Straight up, ask her. It's not fake.
Josh, I now want to ask you general bicycle questions. Okay.
Well, are you prepared to like? Because he might start asking you dumb stuff to make you look bad. So don't let him do that, Josh. No, Josh, don't let him do that.
I'm gonna do my best. Hey, listen, I'm here for. I'm ready to game. Let's do it.
Again, OCLS.info for all information. This is Pedalpalooza.
This is just one of
July
the many
23rd,
1 million events that these guys do that are awesome.
Free.
Yeah, that's totally free, and you guys can be a part of. And like my daughter read all these books. I get them all confused because you guys have so many different cool programs. But Maisie read all these books, and then she swung by one of the branches of the library and then turned in some card for reading these books, and then they just gave her a bag of toys. That's
yeah,
how it
it's
works.
crazy. The prize, I saw the prize list this year that just went out, and it's pretty wild.
Yeah,
So,
it's sizable, the
this-
amount of stuff that kids can get just by reading books or participating. But anyway, general bike questions. Yes, Tom.
Yeah. So
Tom.
let's talk bike helmets, because nowadays, like
I'm anti the mohawk on the helmet.
oh yeah.
Yeah, if you're a little kid and you're wearing that, I just want to slap it off the top of your head. I hate it. I hate it.
But
Can't handle it.
so nowadays, obviously, people understand how brain safety is so important, and like brain trauma can be so devastating to people.
Mo DeWitt, our attorney, has his Helmet Heads program.
Yeah. And of course, I make my sons, every time they attempt to ride their bicycle or anything, wear a helmet, because it's something we didn't do in the 80s. Josh, you look way younger than us, but I don't know if you're familiar, but in the 80s, there was no helmets. That wasn't a thing.
Well, that's why you see a lot of our world leaders now are dumb as hell, because they all hit their heads. They all hit their heads when they were kids, and now they're all idiots.
Like, nobody was wearing helmets skiing.
Yeah.
Like, it's no helmets.
No helmets.
Like
Hockey players didn't wear helmets.
Right. Yeah, you just got
Football
leather,
players just put a
leather-
scrap of leather on the top. That'll do.
Yeah, like just put one bar in front of his face. So now we see like that was devastating to a generation.
Yeah.
Like
we're just not getting back to good. I feel like.
Yeah. We all are suffering.
Generational lumpy heads.
Yeah. Well, not even the CTE, the dementia. Who knows? Like, there's a lot of people that are not right from it.
Yeah.
Including myself. Like,
And I think me, even though I say I don't have anything, there's something in there.
So anyway, now it's important that we set a good example for the youth and wear helmets. But I just have a problem with the bicycle helmet.
Yeah.
It looks.
Yeah.
It does not
Not
look
mine.
cool.
I got a cool one. I bought one of those 1,000.
What?
Mine looks
Yeah,
like
but it's got holes and it's
mine is black and it hangs over like a baseball hat. It's made by this company called 1,000. And it's a hipster. It's a cool dude hat. It's like
Really?
makes me look like a cool dude.
Okay, so it's not.
Andrea makes fun of me because she's like, "Oh, you have your fashion hat on," because she wears the nerd with the holes in it. It looks like I don't want my
What is
helmet to look like the Predator's whippable bat. You know, like it's got holes in it and it's swoopy dudes. I look like a villain from Halo, the video game. I don't need to look like one of the aliens from Halo.
Yeah.
Just give me a regular helmet.
Because you know what? Like,
She linked it in the chat room.
like full face BMX or like motocross style helmets. Like
Sure. All right.
those look cool.
Those are cool.
Like you put on a BMX full face helmet, like something a BMX racer
But
would
the
wear.
Tour
Like
de
those would look
France-
cool. But
yeah.
the Tour de France, the
They-
road bike
yeah,
helmets, they
stupid looking.
they look nerdy.
Got the F1 helmet going on my cycle is people are starting to look. A lot.
I like the one that they do for time trials where it just goes straight back and it becomes part of your back like a shark fin.
Oh,
You know, it's actually illegal to
speed
wear
walking.
those.
I feel like that's the Mexican pointy boots of helmets.
Yeah,
like it's
it
too
really
long
is.
in the back.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
much of a point. I don't like it. Anyway, I just feel like we should work on making helmets look cooler. And
Again, put that on a hat. Make helmets look cooler again. Nobody's doing
it would help people like myself that are older wear a helmet more often because they just need to look cooler. Although
Right.
I think the cooler they look, the less they actually protect your
Yeah,
brain.
that's true.
It's kind of like I used to wear those little half eggshell motorcycle
Yeah,
helmets.
little brain bucket.
Yeah, and then I would think to myself, well, this is going to do nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
paramedics would tell me, they'd be like, you know how many people we scrape their brains that are in the helmet? I'd be like, uh-oh.
It's just, this is nothing. It's just an uncomfortable hat.
It is.
Sorry, Josh. Pedalpalooza this Saturday. Show up. Where again? Give people the location.
Winter Garden Branch.
Winter Garden Library. Yeah.
Perfect. And it's going to be about a couple-hour event, super chill.
And this would be a great opportunity. You've heard me talk about the West Orange Trail, stuff like that. If you've never made it out there, well, now you have another destination reason for being out there. You can swing through the West Garden Branch, the Winter Garden Branch, and of the West Oak. You know what? Don't even listen to me. My brain. You're listening to my brain melt.
The Orange County Library System Winter Garden Branch, and it's this Saturday, 11 a.m. Josh, anytime you have something to promote in your event, give us a call.
Yeah, get a hold of us, man.
Hey, will do. Yeah, appreciate it. That was great to talk to y'all, and stoked for it.
Yeah.
Definitely got to get figure out the cool helmet style. We're gonna be working on that with the brain trust at Pedalpalooza.
All
right,
that.
perfect.
Well, Josh, take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Right on. Have a good one, folks.
All right, man.
See you, Josh.
Be good. See you.
All right.
What a nice man.
I always wonder
If they like talking to us or hate
well,
talking to us.
I wonder if we're turning into the old weirdo radio
We
guys.
are. We're already there.
That were
It's like, I got to call those 2 old guys. Yeah.
Where Josh is like, that was a weird thing that just happened. Like,
Yeah.
that wasn't a normal conversation. Like they were going off about crazy things.
Yeah, they started talking about helmets aren't cool, and then
Because I've experienced that with weirdo old radio guys, where I'm like, what the hell is happening? Like, they're just going off on weird
he
tangents.
was cool though.
He was cool, yeah, but
You
he's
know who
younger.
he reminds me of? Darlene's boyfriend on Roseanne.
No, yeah, you're right. It's the hair, the curly hair.
I've always wanted. Okay, why do I have the world's most boring hair? It's like it's thin.
You're just a regular
I have
white dude
yeah, I have
hair.
regular just white dude hair,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just
it's boring, thin.
it's not even really brown. You can't commit to anything. Is it brown? Not really.
Yeah.
Is it blonde? Not really. It's dirty brown or dirty blonde.
It doesn't have any style
No.
or like body to it or
No.
like curls.
Straight,
Yeah,
thin.
yeah. It's just like thin, white wispy
Yeah.
ghost hair.
It's not white wispy ghost hair. I have a lot of hair.
No, I know. But
it's
I'm
just thin.
Yeah, yeah. And
And
mine
you
too.
have grandpa hair now.
What do you mean?
Your hair, you've reached
it's
the
too
point
long.
where your hair is combed like a grandpa, and then I can take a snapshot of your hair, and it's gonna stay like this until you die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm never gonna
You have
change
grandpa
now.
hair.
Yeah. Because now I've gotten used to doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Although I keep it too long, so it's a pain in the ass to put too
Why
much
do you
product.
keep it too long?
Because the shorter when you get old, your hair
get it
gets
too
shorter.
short,
yeah,
then
yeah.
you look like you're trying to get it. I'm in the military.
Yeah, well, then it becomes high and tight.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Every
No.
old man that gets older he gets a high and tight.
Because he gets lazy and he just does the easiest thing, and I don't want to fall into that.
Yeah,
It's like-
I gotta grow my hair out then, right? Because I can't get the high and tight.
well, my wife says like, don't let me cut my hair short. I want to keep my hair long. Like your wife says, when you become
Yeah,
old,
but
you cut.
I think it starts to look disgusting when you're a big fat mom with long hair. I'm sorry, but it's true. It just looks hot.
well,
It's like cut your hair. You can't have it both ways. You can't.
you
be,
turn into hippie grandma.
You can't be. Okay, everybody gets overweight as you age.
Yeah,
We're all
yeah.
doing it, right?
Uh-huh.
But you can't. Like when you get to a certain body style, you have to cut your hair just to give your neck some air.
Yeah. I tell my
You
wife
have to do it.
because I have this plan that I'm 40 now. In 10 years, I'm getting on the T, right? And then I'm going hard on the T.
That means I should be on the T.
And then
How do I get
no,
T?
no.
I need to be on the T.
Go to the T doctor.
I need to go to the T doctor.
It just it's
Have you seen these
expensive,
commercials?
man.
Well, they're on baseball radio. You don't listen to baseball radio.
yeah.
It's the oldest man thing you can do is to listen to baseball radio. But there's a commercial for this guy, and he's like, "Hey, it's Pete from Low T Nation." And you go on this website, Low T Nation. And I was like, wow, what a horrible name for a product, Low T Nation. Who wants to be a part of that? I'm part of the Low T Nation. It makes you sound like an idiot. But apparently you go there, and then they'll start shipping it to you.
Oh yeah.
That's what I want.
No, yeah, they do it. No, but if you want to throw money at it, do it the proper way.
No. I just want to do it the easiest way.
Well, it's going to give you anxiety because your T gets too high, then it can start
Never too high.
hurting your heart and stuff.
Oh.
So it'll make you have a freak out. So you gotta test your T every 6 months or whatever, every quarter.
Can I do it myself?
No, you got to go do a blood test. It's
How
a pain in
about
the ass.
Zoom?
Yeah, what I'm saying, you got to go like donate or give your blood so they could test your T, and then they.
We're so close to having that stuff at your house, that little box. This is another ad that they have on MLB.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's this little box, and you swipe your saliva, and you stick it in the box, and then it just beams the results to a lab, and then they start doing the thing.
And you know how I know I'm right about this is like everybody I bring it up to, and I'm like, yeah, if you abuse it, not good for you. But if you keep it right at the 18-year-old
Yeah.
T level, you're fine, right? And they're like, they get
Oh,
mad.
they get mad?
Yeah, they get mad that you're trying to cheat because you're cheating the system. You're just taking drugs. It's like taking a little bit of Adderall, a little T.
Yeah.
And then when you're 70,
Everybody in Hollywood's on the T, right?
oh yeah,
Everybody.
Yeah. If you're over like 48,
Yeah,
you're just,
like Will Smith, T.
Oh, yeah. Everybody.
What about comedians? Like, like
You
Chris
could tell.
Rock. Let's take the opposite side of that coin. Chris Rock, is he on the T?
I don't think so. You don't look.
Joe Rogan on the T.
Oh, yeah.
Let me think of another
therapy,
one.
Yeah.
Let me think of another one.
Any old man that's in good shape is on T.
Okay, what about
anybody with
Tom
money?
Segura?
No, I don't think so.
Bert Kreischer, not on the T.
No, I don't think so. Because
Theo Vaughn,
on the T. Oh, yeah.
you think so? Bobby
yeah.
Lee,
Not on T.
okay. It's a fun game. Comedians on the T or not on the T?
And then when you're like real old, like 65 plus,
Yeah.
you get on the HGH.
Dave Chappelle.
Because that'll grow your heart, but it'll make you look like Sylvester Stallone, like you'll be big, muscular.
Maybe they should change that. When I was growing up, my mom and dad always told me it was good to have a big heart.
Yeah, exactly.
They should start, phrasing, start changing that.
Yeah. And then people will be like, well, that's all kind of bad for you. I'm like, well, you're close to dying, so you might as well go out.
Well, you're drinking 20 beers a night. That's bad for you, too.
You might as well go out muscular.
At least you're doing something that you think is going to be good for you, right?
Yeah. Well, you hack your body, right? All right, bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Let's do some voicemail.
All right, buddy. How about this guy?
Hey, what's up, Tom and Dan? This is American Savage, 16-time world champion. I was listening to Friday Free Show, 6:55. Old Tom Van talking about the Carney games. He says anybody can hang on the bar for 2 minutes. I got $100 right now that says Tom Van can't hang on there for 2 minutes.
Yeah, you can.
What do you got,
You know
Tom?
the trick for that. You were going to tell me, but I don't think we ever got to it. You and I were walking in the mall. We saw one of those guys. This is what malls have become now. By the way, I went to Mall of Millennia this past weekend, and it was great. But that's what malls are becoming. Like, either your mall is high end or it's just going to become a trash zone.
Yeah.
Fashion Square, you and I were walking through it. It's a trash zone, and in the said trash zone, it had a carnival game, which is just like a bar that spins, and the guy just has a sign that says if you can hold on to the bar for 2 minutes, you get $100. Something like that. It's like it's just like the mall has become a carnival now.
And everybody's seen that video of the guy that knows the trick, and he's hanging on there, and then the carny knows the guy knows the trick, so he starts smacking his belly, and then he just like pulls him down, and like they almost get an altercation. Well, I
should never smack someone's belly.
I didn't claim that I could do this. I'm just saying I understand the trick behind it, and the people that can do it. No.
Are you going opposite sides, or are you going one?
They're basically, when they jump up on the bar, they're constantly trying to use their wrist to turn the bar in the opposite direction of its gravity trying to pull you, right?
Right.
Because what I guess they're betting on, and the fact that nobody can do it, is the bar spins, right? So it's putting your wrists in an awkward position.
Like a locked motion, right?
Well,
are you like locking your wrists out to hold it, and you just hold it for 2 minutes? Is that the trick?
Well, yeah, but it's difficult.
I'm sure it's difficult.
You need a bunch of forearm strength to be able to, and I don't think it works. If you're too heavy, you're not going to be able to. Your wrists aren't going to be able to be strong enough to do it. So it's like, I think you have to be a lighter person, obviously athletic. But
I like how you said a lighter person. You looked at me and then you said obviously athletic, and you looked away. That was hurtful.
Anyway, so I don't think I could do it. I'm just saying
I think you could.
I understand how they're doing it.
I think you could.
I think I'm too heavy.
For somebody in pain, you have a lot of just pure I'm mad at my pain anger strength. Like, your hands are hurting really bad, but if I told you, like, you have to hold onto this table with your hands and never let go for a full day, you'd do it.
It's weird
because you'd be so bullheaded there'd be no way of not doing it.
I work out with dumbbells, or like 50-pound dumbbells or whatever, to do like certain exercises. So
when you're doing your water aerobics with the ladies,
and I can hold those. But if like yesterday, we had a drawing competition between me, Max, and Tommy, and I drew the Incredible Hulk.
Hulk.
just coloring the whole skin, right? For the
Tiny movement.
And I'm holding the pencil with and then coloring at the end of it. I was like, yeah,
so right now, pick up a pencil and just if you're just writing something, does that hurt? When does it start hurting?
It's the the repetitive motion and me holding with my fingers the pen for a long period of time, my hands go numb. It's weird.
Nuts.
Either that and then chopping or vibration, it really screws it up. But I can hold stuff, but it's these two fingers now are basically numb all the time.
You can't feel the tips of them.
I can feel it now, but if I lay down or sit for any or drive, they just turn totally numb.
It's crazy.
I got to get the damn surgery or something. My wife's telling me, go to my masseuse. They specialize in...
hey, well, try that first, if you know what I mean. I mean, might as well. Go to the masseuse. I don't like being called that, by the way. It's massage therapist.
Oh, well.
Does your wife say masseuse? They don't like that because the masseuse is the one,
No.
Masseuse is the juice. Massage therapist is the therapist.
I don't mean it that. I don't mean it in any disrespect. I'm just saying
I don't care. Do you honestly think I care what massage therapists or masseuses think about us saying their name? I get called a talk jockey, a stupid, you're stupid, you're an idiot, you're short, you're midget. People use terminology all the time. We'll get occasionally, Sam will get an email from somebody that works as a massage therapist and say, you guys said masseuse again. They're angry. I'm like, do you honestly think I care?
Okay.
I don't care if you're angry. You stupid masseuse.
You brought
Dr.
up
masseuse.
It sparked something I wanted to talk to you about. And we'll end with this real quick. Okay. So we are still waiting on. I got a lot of money riding on this Deshaun Watson suspension or whatever because I convinced myself that he's going to be suspended for the year. He's not going to play it this year. And
I've heard the last I heard. I love because it changes daily. As of this morning, some guy, I don't know. You know all the guys, the pundits.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are, but one guy was like, he'll be lucky if he gets 8 games. I'm like, 8 games, and then they're just gonna start rolling. I'm like, 8 games.
So
is that real?
Well, now the new.
That's not real.
Well, the pendulum swung back for a couple weeks ago. The NFL and I think their stance is still indefinite suspension, at least a year long, and but it's not. What the NFL did is this is all just a dog and pony show. Now the NFL has this, and I put this in air quotes, board. They have a separate third party.
Like the watermelon board.
Basically person that makes a decision on suspension. So they now have taken it out
of our hands.
Yes, even though they pay for this person or whatever, it's
that's what we do. When we make anybody be a judge of any event that we're having, we're just taking it out of our hands.
It's it's kind of like human resources in a big corporation. It's they're paid by us, but they are in charge of our what we do, and if we're inappropriate anyway. So now this judge, who's a female judge, has the decision and makes the decision. Now the NFL,
you can tell a female judge.
How?
Pink robe.
So the NFL has the they have the overall say. She makes a recommendation, and then it's up to the NFL to either take her recommendation or do their own thing. So it's stupid anyway. But here's my thought, and Daniel, follow me here because I'm like.
It hurt my feelings that you thought I was going to go harsher than pink robe. It hurt my feelings a little bit.
So who does it benefit to have Deshaun Watson? Regardless of all of whether you think he's guilty or innocent, or we could all agree that there's a lot of bad here. There's a lot of bad, and it doesn't look good for him. And the fact that there's so many allegations definitely leans you towards that. At the very least, he acted inappropriately, right?
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that.
He didn't act professionally, right?
Yeah.
You didn't act professionally.
No.
At the very least.
Yeah.
And at the most, he's
a monster.
He's a monster, a sexual predator, right? At the very most.
Yeah.
And then the truth is somewhere in between. Whatever that means, no one knows except for him and the people accusing him of all this stuff.
Him and the hundreds of people.
But there are a lot, right? 20, even if you just, the base lawsuit 24 is an insane amount.
With more coming daily or not.
And think about this. Imagine it's hard to find a human being in this world that you could find 24 people that hate him, right? Like they. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
they really dislike a person, right? We know one, and it's accurate that they hate him, right? Because he's a bad person, right?
You're right.
And so like if anything, just like basic, human intuition will tell you that something happened and this guy is not as good of a quality human as other quarterbacks in this league, right? Just based on these things, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so now we go to who benefits from Deshaun Watson playing this year, right? It's like he only signed $1 million guaranteed contract for 2022, right?
Right.
So the rest of his the money, which is guaranteed, is like $260 million.
I don't think he does.
But
the other teams may if he gets a suspension and he'll be coming back. I mean, the benefit there would be that they get a horrible start.
So think about like as the NFL is just an entertainment company that wants to make money, right? Off of advertising.
Sure.
That's how they make their money. TV contracts and advertising. So it doesn't benefit the NFL for this guy because imagine he gets suspended for a light 6 games, right? So first,
I think that's what I
there's
heard.
Going to be.
I think it was 6 games.
There's going to be an hour, even if it's 8 games. Like imagine this guy coming back after 8 games, right? So that's in like November. He's playing. Like imagine him playing around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, scoring touch. He's winning.
Heartwarming.
He's a good player. He's going to be winning.
Christmas spirit.
And they're going to be holding him up. He won the game, and then people are looking at him like, "Oh, this is kind of gross."
Well, let me.
Like this guy is like has done or allegedly done all these things to women, and it's just gross.
Yeah, let me ask you
advertisers like what, and who does it benefit? Deshaun Watson is like, who cares? Missed the $1 million for this year. You have $260 million. You already won.
Yeah.
This is the best thing that ever happened to you. Like you have won the lottery. You are set for life.
I'm surprised they haven't announced it yet, but
it's something weird happening.
Let me ask you this: is there a possibility? Because this is the only side that I don't hear about. Is there a possibility that this entire thing, and I'm not going to get into details, but let's just say this entire thing blows up in their face? It was you gambled by picking him up, and it's just not going to, it doesn't work.
Well,
you threw the lump sum, you looked past the allegations, you got him the punishment, you're waiting through that, and it's just a hunker. He ain't going to do it.
Yes, that is a possibility.
I think that's what's going to happen.
But it seems like more of a possibility if he plays this year and he's winning and people hate the guy more, and then maybe some other people come out of it.
So it could be more hurtful.
You know what I'm saying? And then so for the Browns, for him, for the NFL, I can't see a reason why you would want him playing this year. And that's why I bet heavily again, like, the fact that he was going to be suspended for a year or whatever. I had like a couple $100 riding on, not that much, but more than I usually bet, because I looked at it and I was like, why would they have him? What would be the benefit of a light suspension or taking it easy on him and having him back out on the field this year? Like, even like, okay, the Browns, you suspend him for 8 games. You're going to have Jacoby Brissett play. He's not going to win you much.
No.
But then like
he's
comes
in the Dolphins for a while, right?
Could you imagine if he made it like, okay, you suspend him 8 games, Jacoby gets you 3, and so you start off with a 3-5 record, and Deshaun Watson, because they got a good team, he kills it. They make the playoffs. He go to imagine him playing in the Super Bowl. Nobody wants that. The NFL doesn't want that.
I do
like,
sort of.
Browns fans maybe want it, but the people will be.
I won't. I do.
Be like, this is gross.
No, I want it to happen.
The sponsors don't want him up there.
No, I do.
Like,
I'm
the sponsors don't want it.
Believe me when I tell you, I do. It would be it would be a crazy ass season.
Yeah, but it's gross.
It is gross.
And the sponsors, and so who does it benefit? That's what I'm like. I keep looking at the situation like, oh, it's going to be a light suspension because technically they don't have like a crime here. And it's stupid. They're like, I saw like Deshaun Watson's attorneys say that they're like, well, we're going to sue you if we get suspended more than a year because we don't see the owners getting suspended if they have allegations and misconduct. And you're like, what the hell does that even mean? The owners? Like, how are you going to suspend the owner? Like, that's a weird.
He doesn't do anything.
Exactly. Well, that's a weird thing to say.
Sit at home.
Yeah. Like, so anyway, that's why I still believe he's going to not play this year. Only because why would they trot him out there after 8 games?
I don't know.
It's not even good for him. That's
No.
what I'm saying. Like, if I was him and his attorneys, who are obviously smart, they structured his contract so he'd only be losing out on $1 million this year. He's got a 260 guaranteed million. So, like I said, it's like sit out the year, because you could only be hurt if you're out there winning and America hates you and is disgusted by you.
Well, they already hate him.
And the sponsors are disgusted by you. And then they could actually put enough pressure. And then if more allegations come out, like, this could end your career. Like,
or you could just play through the allegations like other people have.
I think if it comes out harsh and the NFL starts losing money, like,
We'll see.
Like, I don't think they want that.
We'll see. Let's try this one.
Hey, this is BDM Hercules, and I was just listening to the podcast where your wives were on the show, and you guys were talking about how your wife was always having problems with her orders being wrong everywhere you go. And someone was trying to say that it might be because she was ordering vegetarian stuff, but no, my wife has the same problem. She actually doesn't like conflict when she orders. She'll intentionally order things the way they come and then just remove the stuff she doesn't like because she doesn't want to have problems with that. But still, sometimes they even will not give her her entire order. We'll go through, I'll order the most complicated thing with things added or taken off, and mine comes perfect. And they'll forget whole parts of her order, even though it's part of a meal or something. And it happens almost everywhere we go, no matter what kind of place it is.
What is that? Because I don't believe, like, obviously the joke of the food curse, and, like, it's happened so much to my wife that because I don't believe in anything supernatural, never will.
Wow.
But I'm like, man, this does seem to happen way more to you, and it's uncanny. Is that only because it happens to everybody, but now we've made this thing, I just recognize it?
Okay, here's what I think. It happens to you all the time, too. You just don't recognize it. You don't see it.
Yeah. So it's the fact that you're aware
of it. It only
of
matters to her, which is why it seems like it's egregious on her side of things. To you, like, you and your son Tommy are both like the guys that, you're just kind of rolling with things.
Yep.
Like, if you ordered a Whopper with cheese and you got the bag and you just had a Whopper in there, you just start eating it and not even look or care that there's cheese or not cheese. You're not a detail dude.
I see what you're saying, but I would mention it only to prove my wife's food curse wrong and be like, see, it happens to everybody, but it doesn't happen to me. Because all I want to do is tell her supernatural BS is garbage, is not real.
Well, you can still tell her that. I mean,
yeah, but when it's continually happens to her over and over, I had to finally give up and be like, well, it's real. Like, a curse is real, because I can't explain it. Because it doesn't. If it happened to me, also, I would show her, like, see, it happens to me, it happens to everybody, but it doesn't. I get my food exactly the way I ordered all the time, and then her order, only hers, is always screwed up.
I don't know.
And then it's happening to this guy. So we're in a weird multiverse where
I've had really bad luck coming, not during the pandemic, but coming out of the pandemic with food curses.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well, now nobody can work.
But like at every level of fast food restaurant, lowest level, middle level, high level, it's just,
they don't have employees.
Yeah, it's just like everything is like flipping over. I'm definitely in I want to cook all my meals mode. Because I feel very dissatisfied when I go out to a lot of restaurants,
We're just going to have to pay more for restaurants.
And I'm okay with
restaurant food, because
like when you go
the business can't sustain itself where you're offering this cheap food because they can't pay their employees so we're just going to have to pay more.
Yeah, but if you eat out less, you can save your money and then go to like one really good restaurant. Like Andrea and I just went to Four Flamingos, where the service is the best service I've ever had. So you get what you pay for.
Exactly. And then so gone are going to be the days.
Quick serve is kind of dead right now.
Yeah. And even like mom and pop restaurants, the margins are, it's like, that's why we should appreciate like Steve from Porky's so much. Like,
I do appreciate him very much.
And I don't think in 25 years there's going to be like a Steve from Porky style restaurant, because like he wants to sell really high quality, inexpensive barbecue. I don't think that's
harder to do now.
So if you want really high quality barbecue 25 years from now, it's going to be $25 for pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah, he also chose the longest meat to cook.
No, I know.
It's like, I'm going to take barbecue. You got to do it fast. No, I can't do it fast. I got to do it slow.
like he's always
Push the smoke in there.
He's been struggling to find employees. Like he's been open about it and stuff. Everybody has, and because he can't. Everybody's like, oh well, it's simple. Pay your employees more. It's like he can't sell $9 pulled pork sandwiches with fries and a drink.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna have to raise his price to $20 if he wants to, and then all his customers are gonna be like, I'm not paying this. Like double.
And then we get there, and then he's just giving away free beers to everybody. I mean, it's sweet.
Like,
He's like, I'll bring up my margarita machine. It's like, slow down, Steve.
I have to double my margins to be able to pay my employees. He's
a good dude.
$5 more an hour anyway.
One more. Let's try this guy.
Hey guys, I'm gonna try to forget this day, so I thought I'd leave you guys a message because emotions are heavy today. But
this was I believe I got this on the day that Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Okay.
So just to give the feedback, I'm not going to give you an opinion one way or the other, but obviously she's very upset.
I was listening to one of the BDM shows. I was catching up, and you guys were talking about last names. So I just wanted to share how I just realized while listening to that show that I think my father intentionally planted himself after I gave birth to both my sons, because in case some people don't know, the Social Security people come to the hospital, or at least they did when I had my kids, and that's how you name the babies officially. So anyways, after I come to realize he was there both times. After I had my first son, we're telling the lady at that point, the furthest we had thought, my husband and I, was his last name. So we were like, okay, the baby's going to be first name, last name, my husband's last name. Both times, come to think about it, my father interrupted the conversation and insisted on adding his last name. And the first time that he did that, I was like, Dad, why? We're Hispanic, so I didn't want my kids to have like 6 names. Like how it is, how it's said of the Hispanic community, that we always have really long names.
Oh my God, your voicemail's as long as your name list.
So anyways.
Oh my God.
What?
No, we get it.
Well, that's a weird thing for...
It's a cultural thing. I don't think you can't talk your Latin dad out of that. That's in him. That is him, right?
No, well, I don't really, like all my friends are Hispanic, and
what I'm saying is
none of them have ever.
They don't
said,
have the super long names.
Yeah, a
lot of my friends had a lot of
Fernando
my Spanish
Madriz.
friends. A lot of my Latin friends have
but none of my
my
Spanish friends took their wife's maiden name, and then it's always their last name. And
what does she mean though? Does she mean that the dad was putting? I think. Well, she explains.
Okay.
Like, no, why, Dad? And his reply was, "What if you guys have a divorce?" Now, I don't think that's how the law works. I don't think that if my husband and I were to get a divorce, they would take the baby from me because it does not have my maiden last name.
Oh, so Dad thinks that they'll steal. Okay, well that's just dumb old man. But I support your dad, and I support him. It sounds very much like what my dad would
50% do. 50% chance.
Yeah, if my dad had been Spanish, I feel like this would have been my dad, right? Excuse me, no, Daniel, I feel like my dad would interrupt the doctor and say, put my name in there.
You have no claim on this human if you don't have your name. You have to stamp your brand.
I feel like, you know what? I support your Latin dad. I'm sorry. I go with him, not you.
All right, bye-bye. Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. No, Samantha. She is on vacation. I saw her soaking in a beer tub.
Oh, yeah. Still?
Yeah, still in the tub. Still in the tub. Yeah, all wrinkly.
Fairvilla Megastore is here. Debra and Jacque. How you guys doing?
We're
great.
Doing awesome.
Jacque, when I went to write your name, because I write every guest's name down, it's a weirdo thing
It's
that I
his
do.
thing. So we
I
have
have to write everybody's name down on a white piece of paper.
Yeah, we have another guy that does a segment called Parks and Parlays where he talks about the theme parks and then he does some gambling knowledge. Tom doesn't care about the theme parks, just gambling knowledge. But he'll write, his name's Joey. He'll write Joey every single time Joey's in it. Like, how do you can't forget the guy.
It's not new with reminding me the name.
It's your workflow. It's your process.
It's just I write it down. I have no idea why.
What did you write? How did you spell Jacque?
Well, that's the thing.
And do you say Jacque? Do you say Jacque or do you say Jacques?
Jacques. It's Jacques. And then I was like...
Because I said Jacques earlier, and I'm like, you can't say that. You can say Jacques.
Yeah. But then I was like, Jacques.
You can't say Jacques.
No, but I'm trying to sound it. I'm like, what letter is that? And then I'm like,
what do you mean, what? You don't know what Jacques starts
Well, no, I know Jacques. But it's Jacques.
Well, it starts with the same thing. It's just you put a little.
What is that?
How do you represent?
But how do you represent? Because I wrote down Jacques. But it's
how'd
not
you spell it?
Jock.
No. Okay.
So I get that a lot. I get that all the time. Jock and Jockus a lot. So it's Jacques.
Yeah. So you put the weird spelling at the end, even though it's wrong.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's never been. I don't know what that noise is.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Do you know Do you know if I'm not even gonna. I was gonna do a Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau.
Yep.
You know what he wears when he plays baseball? A Jacques Coustrap. Thank you. Thank you.
You shouldn't have said. I said don't say it.
Coustrap.
So I noticed we got ice cream, man. I'm kind of afraid of it.
I noticed we have ice cream, me baby.
Yeah.
We do because one of our favorite companies, Wicked Sensual Care, they make lubricant, right?
Yes.
But they make the best flavors in the industry, and they released birthday cake. And I'm like, that's cool. Let's make a quick sundae. So I got some vanilla Breyers.
We're going to eat it off Jacques' belly.
I don't think anybody wants to do that.
I thought that's what you meant. Like, lay down, Dad. We're going to do like erotic ice cream.
That is all in summer, isn't it?
Yeah. You lay me on the table, put a couple
shots.
scoops on me.
Yeah. So I did bring some individual one for everyone, actually.
Okay, let's try
I haven't tried it either.
I'm
I'm all in on this, and we've had it
Here, Tom,
out long enough now where it's...
Tom's not eating sugar because he's watching his figure.
Well, the good news is this does not contain any sugar. The lubricant does not.
We need spoons. I can run and get spoons.
I got spoons.
Oh, you got spoons?
We're all...
you guys are
I went a little crazy with mine.
so
Just
prepared.
a couple squirts in there.
Okay, a couple squirts of lube. Lube up your ice cream, Tom.
Now, this is all water-based.
Tell your grandpa in heaven that you're eating lube off of ice cream. He'll love it.
Do I now? I could taste the lube like any detective.
You spray it.
No. I rub it on my finger and then I rub it on my gums.
I'm putting some drips. Drip.
Yep. I just kind of stirred it around a
into
little bit on
my
the
ice
top.
Okay.
Jacques, did you get some?
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah,
Ladies first.
so like if you are a diabetic, don't put it on the ice cream, but you can put it
I
on
put
your
it on
partner.
the ice cream.
I did. Oh, I did on mine too.
Okay, I did it all over it. I'm going in. Oh yeah.
I think I need more.
But there's a guy I do too. I'm dry, very dry, and it's sandy.
How much should I put on here?
That's good.
Like,
Put it on the ice cream, dude. Pull your pants up. Put it on the ice cream.
It's got a layer of birthday cake lube.
This is delicious.
I put.
My throat has never been silkier.
Well, how
before.
many squirts did you guys do? I did like 12 squirts.
Oh my God! I did.
Jacques did like 6 or 7.
No, Jacques did a puddle.
Put a few.
All right. So
Okay, I did.
This
6.
doesn't taste. Somehow I feel like this wouldn't taste as good on my wife.
You'd have to try.
You're right.
All right,
that's
that is
really
birthday
good.
cake.
That's a birthday cake.
That's really good.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing about that, and I'm being serious when I say that. Yeah, there's ice cream there, but if there was any nuance of anything being weird or gross or whatever, and I'm real picky about my ice cream, and thank you for not cheaping out. She bought the Breyers, like good ice cream, but it's so good. It's just like there's no way anybody would ever taste that and be like, yeah, that's lube.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
There's no aftertaste.
There's no way you could
Right.
do. There's no way anybody, even the most experienced chef, could taste that and be like, "Yeah, there's lube." But no one can.
You know what's funny is that our reps have said that they like keep all the flavors like on their desk and they put it in their coffee to do flavored coffee with it. I mean, it's just kind of a really.
No, you're just crazy
cool
if you do that,
product.
right? Because you could just use flavored coffee stuff, but they're like, no.
Hey, they make it.
I'm so
why not
committed to
use
my
it?
product.
They
I'm-
are.
Yeah, I support that.
They know what's inside that lube.
Now, what if I'm just
Okay,
this
all
scenario?
right. Give me a what if.
Like,
I love these.
like because my I'm a horrible. I wouldn't say horrible, but
horrible father.
I mean, no, I'm bad at parenting and like
Well, that's
setting
what I just
boundaries.
said.
Yeah,
Setting boundaries.
yeah. And so my son, Tommy, they both do it, but Tommy the most every single day comes in the middle of the night and sleeps in our bed, right? And we didn't establish any rules or say like,
He
hey,
won't
you're
want to
gonna-
get in there if you're covered in lube.
well, now he's
You gotta
Slide
lube
out.
your, yeah, you
I know
gotta lube
he's
yourself up.
bigger
You're
than-
like, ew.
And by the way, I think I made the announcement that this couldn't go on past 8.
Well, you gotta put your
well,
foot
now
down.
we're here.
You gotta put your foot down.
I can't put my foot down. It's
Well,
always
I
up.
look
My feet,
amazing.
both feet up.
Yeah, I look
That's how I live
amazing.
my life.
Like I look amazing. I'll be like, what the hell are you doing here? Go to your room.
Yeah, no, I don't want to because like I also look like all right. This is gonna leave. He's gonna leave one day. He's gonna be a man. Well,
Yes.
and then he'll never
Yes.
sleep in the bed again.
No.
I'll be devastated. Anyway, so
Come and sleep with your dad in the bed.
what if the night before some sort of miracle happened and we got out the cake flavored lube, right? And so we're
You're lubing up the
Making love.
cake. Don't say making love.
And then
so we're making love
and then-
in the moonlight.
and then and it's always like a huge undertaking to get everything back in the drawer. And then
How much it did? Oh my
Wow,
God!
well,
breaking
it's
out
like,
the
where's that
equipment.
thing? And then you're trying to look around, like
It-
we can't leave it. We can't leave it out because Tommy's gonna be in here, and then he's gonna find it under
Lock
the
your
pillow.
damn door.
And then, but then the next morning, like Tommy wakes up, where they?
I smell birthday cake.
Oh, he's like,
You're a
with
party.
cookies? Who's there cookies in
Somebody's
here?
baking cookies in mommy's underwear.
I know. I'm just saying. What if he says like, "Oh, I there's some sort of cake around," and then I'm like, "Oh,
I gotta find the cake." And then he gets under the sheet.
I feel like it'll traumatize me,
Yeah.
right? Not even him because he won't know, but he'll be like, "I smell cake," and I'm like,
I
"Oh."
smell cake.
Your
don't-
pajama pants smell like cake. No, they don't. No, they don't. Don't you ever say that.
It's water soluble. So
Yeah, okay, so it goes away.
Tell that to your
Clean up.
son. I smell cake. It's
Easy.
water soluble.
Sorry, what's the next?
I don't know. Now I'm lost.
That's delicious.
But
so-
it is good. They're
Yeah.
honestly some of the best flavors.
And what is it's wicked, right?
It's Wicked Sensual Care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wicked Sensual Care. I have people that ask me, "Hey, what was the one?" Because we started years ago with salted caramel,
Yeah.
and people are like, "What was the one that was the one?" Or was
Yeah.
it candied apple?
They have candied.
Both.
Yeah, they had that. I don't know if they retired the candied apple, but I know they still have.
They're
the
really
salted
good, though.
caramel. They have blueberry muffin now. It's a new one. Mango.
Yeah,
I got this
Yeah.
question a while ago. Do they have just no flavor?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because sometimes you don't want that,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
sometimes you're brand loyal. Like me, I know you're gonna think I'm a crazy person.
Nah.
But if I looked in my cabinet and it was all Wicked Sensual Care and
Yeah.
all flavors, and then I had one big jar of Jerry's lube,
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn it, I wish they made a Seriously,
Yeah,
I would be
right.
like, I want to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
them all nice, and I don't
Yeah.
want to get to the end and it's like hair products. Everybody's like Aveda, Dep. You don't want that.
Yeah,
You
no.
want them all.
No, you can stay consistent with
Okay.
that line. They have something for everyone.
There
and,
you
and
go.
yeah, just regular lubes. And they even have a line that is called Simply, and it has less ingredients in it.
Oh.
So for people who are really concerned about less is more.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're very conscientious company.
That's cool.
Really good
Lay's
stuff.
does that. They have the Simply Ruffles.
Yeah,
Simply
yeah.
Ruffles.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, just keep it simple, stupid. Kiss.
There you go.
Kiss that. Kiss the.
Right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I can't stop looking at.
Yeah, I know.
yeah. So,
So yeah, you know how we love this is our local brand, Uberime. They make custom molded items, and most of the time they don't necessarily look like anatomy. They're fantasy. So I've brought in the tentacle before.
Yeah. Yes. Tom was enamored with the tentacle.
Yeah, and I don't even know what you want to call this, but it's pretty darn cool. So this is their custom design. We just kind of select the colors, and we can do a multitude of different colors, but we just thought that this
This
was
is
really cool. All
called-
hand poured silicone.
This is called the dragon's finger.
okay, yeah.
What is that?
It's called a dragon dildo. We can say that. That's how perverted I am. I looked at it. I was like, "That's a dragon's finger," and I was very close.
Yeah. That thing is.
I'll keep it low.
It's.
That is
Maybe
a.
not
Well, I think you could kind of. It's not even. Well, I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Like it kind of looked like I could put it on my head like a unicorn.
You could.
Yeah.
That is really well done. That's the biggest fishing lure I've ever seen. No, I'm kidding.
So with these kind of things,
That's locally made?
Locally made in
Wow.
Orlando. Yeah, it's great to have a manufacturer that's local, and as you know, we love to support local artisans.
That's super
and
detailed.
manufacturers. Yeah.
How do they even make
I've been to his workshop, and
So
he's
he-
moved it because he had to have more space.
Sure.
But all hand poured, custom molded.
And he makes the mold himself, and then
It's
it's like
incredible.
it's almost like you're getting a one-off. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
man.
they're all unique.
Wow.
Follow me here, but in this,
look, if you were holding that and said "follow me," I'd be like, you know what, I'm out.
In this genre of fantasy items, I'll call them, and
Tentacle.
yeah,
Dragon's
the
bone. The dragon's bone.
Like the anime.
It's weird
Yeah.
that they all seemingly go to the ocean or
Not all.
reptile.
Not all.
Like but it's all a lot of reptile ocean, not much mammal. Like there's
too much fur.
You know,
You don't want to be hand threading that thing.
It's all octopus and
Yeah,
squid
smooth,
and
scaly.
dragons. Yeah,
Scaly,
it's weird though. Right?
smooth.
Would you prefer like a mammal? Like you would be
Too much
like
hair, man. I'm telling you.
some sort of fantasy mammal, like a bull or.
Well, yeah,
you
but
know,
you'd have to be a hairless bull.
Yeah. I guess it would be too close to a human, right? You know.
Well, this is truly fantasy. I feel like the other one, you're just kind of dipping your toe into bestiality.
Okay,
right?
Yeah,
I'm being
it's a
serious.
little-
I'm
Yeah,
being serious.
okay,
Like
so it has to go
if
so
you're like,
far.
hi, I'm Bill and I like sleeping with bears, people are going to be like, well, you should be arrested. But if you're like, hi, I'm Bill and I really want to sleep with an avatar dragon, people are like, that's cool.
yeah, you're right,
Bill.
You're right. You figured it out. That's it. All I needed was an answer. All I need is an answer.
We talk things out on here. Like, I feel like in a lot of ways, we're the dumbest show. Becoming the smartest show.
All right.
You're on the
You
journey.
are a work in progress.
Well, you're on the journey, right?
Yeah,
you know,
right?
we're all in this
All right.
together. We're more alike than we are different.
All right.
Yep.
Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
What do we got next here?
Well, summer colors. We've talked about the rose. People still come in and want the rose.
Don't
Well, guess
know what. I've never seen that before, and
Yeah.
you're acting as if we have, and now I'm concerned about my
Okay.
memory because you're
So
like,
I
people-
probably have talked about it. It is an air suction device that caught fire on Amazon, and then it just, social media picked it up, and then everybody had to have the rose. I'm still quite partial to air pressure
Oh, wow.
technology, but this is suction.
Is this like a womanizer, Rose?
Only it's suction, not air.
Yeah,
it's
the
air
womanizer,
pulsation.
it does like a poof, like a gentle poofing. This is
more of a
oh
suction.
man, the women don't need us. All they need is a couple roses.
So it came out first in just a red color, and now we've got it in yellow.
The yellow rose of Texas.
Yellow. We have more of a chartreuse. We have, I think, a little. I don't even
Put
know
your
what
finger
colors
on it.
we have. Purplish.
Tell me that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, social media.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
If I were a lady, I would have a rose in every room. Seriously,
I'm not-
because I run hot. I'm a spicy. I'd be
You're
a
a
spicy
spicy
girl
guy,
too.
yeah.
I don't think I'd be I don't think I'd be some prude. I'd be like your greatest customer. I'd be in there
Well,
every day.
You say put your finger. I'm like okay.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
I don't know what this does.
Oh, the
This is
top.
Literal.
the top.
Yeah, well, he hit it. Yeah, he hit
Jacque, you want to take that one?
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, I'm not. Yeah.
it. Yeah, Jock hit it.
You just
You put it on the top.
You can use it
You can
on.
Nipple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
a
but-
little bit,
Oh,
anything
okay.
Like the
that's
first place
sensitive.
I went to is take it to the top. We all win. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you just you dab it on there.
Yeah, a little goes a long way. I think you do a
just
little,
hold
and then you kind of look at her, and you're like,
You can adjust the
good, and
you
then
know,
or
the
maybe
intensity.
you know what I like to do, and I'm not joking here. I put my hand on it, I put her hand on my hand, and you just tell me where you want me to go. That way, we're both involved in the process.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
That's fun.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Well, she could do it better though, right? Without
Yeah, but
my
then you're not
hand.
involved.
Okay. Well, yeah.
This guy's there's no
Somebody's
helping
gotta
him.
hold it.
and it's incorporating your partner into play it's a great idea
Now-
because there is still some intimidation by some people about bringing products into the bedroom.
Oh, sure. This, though, I feel like this would be a good one because it's kind of
it's
innocent.
external, it's fun.
Now,
beginner's
is
choice.
it would it be considered poor taste for me to wear this like a boutonniere?
Okay, yeah,
Where are you wearing it?
Yeah, well, wherever I
The
want
governor's
them,
ball.
Right? Yeah, I'd be wearing this at I wear this at every business meeting we have from here on out.
The people who know
Yeah.
would know.
Yeah,
People are going to think it's one of
Yeah.
those squirting roses.
Exactly.
I've got like a boutonniere.
Can you put like a fake stem and get a bouquet of
Oh,
those?
bouquet of
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
You'd
Because
be
it'd be-
popular.
But it'd be too many, I guess. You'd
Yeah.
only use one at
Or
a
not
time.
enough.
But that's something that you could probably get away with just leaving on your bedside table next to your alarm clock, right? Because people wouldn't immediately go to
That one
sexual wellness product.
You know what that looks like? It looks like a Japanese egg timer.
yeah.
You could set that in your kitchen and no one would ever know.
Or just some decoration, like if that was sitting,
It's very discreet.
on your counter.
Yeah.
I don't. But I guess with the popularity of everybody knowing on what
Right.
they see on social media, they're like, there it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's a
Oh, look,
rose.
he has the pea rose.
Yeah.
And this is waterproof, by the way.
Oh,
because
wow.
I think I saw somebody asking about cleaning. So it's easy enough to clean. It's silicone. So
Really
you know,
well
hey,
made,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Good stuff, right?
Well, I love that
So
guy.
red roses, yellow roses, pink roses. We got roses.
Very
right?
cool.
I thought you said Pete Rose. And then immediately I'm like, I had that guy's haircut.
I don't have one of those. No.
Pete Rose. You
I had
used
his
to have Pete
haircut.
Rose's haircut.
Pete Rose.
Oh, my God, you stole Pete Rose's hair.
Yeah. No.
Anyway.
No.
All right. What do we got
You
next?
also have a gambling addiction. You are Pete Rose.
I know.
You're the ghost of Pete Rose.
But I'm Pete Rose. Oh, sorry.
New Sensual. I'm not sure if I brought one of these in, but this is aluminum, right, Jacques?
Yeah.
It's
Oh, my God, you can recycle it.
It's a bullet. Like we've seen the bullets, the hard plastic bullets, whatever. This is made out of aluminum, so it's
wow.
great for
Premium.
Well, and it's nice for temperature play, and it's rechargeable as well. And it's made by New Sensual, which is known for really powerful, motors.
Oh yeah,
That's
man.
rumbling.
Like, yeah, this one.
It's
now,
cool. It's pretty, too.
I love it. Not to geek out, but I love it when you guys bring in products and I'm like, the build quality of this is as good as or better. You know what?
Yeah.
The build quality of this is better than my Tesla because they haven't been in business long. The fit and the finish is a little rough, but this is like. Feel that.
It's substantial.
It's so
Wow.
it's got weight.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
heavy.
like but it's got weight to it. It's like when you buy a cell phone case and you put the cell phone case in your cell phone and your cell phone feels light, you're like, well, this is garbage. But if you get one with some heft to it, almost feels like you're buying I
you
know
bought
it's
something.
psychological. I know it might be a trick.
Yeah.
But it's really well made.
And that has 2 motors in it.
just like a Tesla.
It has gentle warming. So it's like anything you
That's
want in that
fancy.
thing, it's in
It's got
it. It's
heated
crazy.
seats.
Heated seats. Yeah.
It's gentle warming. Wow, that's
Gentle warm.
crazy.
I had to check, but 7 speeds. Yeah.
My God. Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Not to tell the manufacturers how to do their job, but I feel like if this was a little bit longer, people would think it's a toothbrush holder, really traveling, and then it could be more discreet. It's like
That's pretty good.
We will pass that along.
in your
That's
drawer.
it-
It just needs to be like 1 inch longer, and it's like, oh, this is just a fancy toothbrush
there is
holder.
absolutely nothing phallic about that at all. But if you needed it to go, it's got 7 different speeds and it warms. and
Yeah.
It's got like every feature
And
known
that
to
was
man.
powerful motors.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
And I'm assuming that since they've been doing this for a very long time, the durability factor for these type of products is very good.
Well, and they have
reliability.
warranties
Yeah.
too. So we always tell people take a picture of the receipt because
Yeah.
just make a little file for your receipts.
Indeed.
I also assume that people should feel shame with their sexual wellness product. Like I think the
No.
home condition growing up, like you should hide these or keep these like away from anybody seeing them. But that shouldn't be. It's weird that we like. Why couldn't you just have this on your dresser open or whatever?
could.
Like I feel like most people
We
hide
need to
it
lock
away.
our bedroom door and have a little boundaries,
But-
you know what's funny is I did have somebody reach out to me that buys some stuff online, and they were kind of going through their woes of not being able to return it. And I said, well, that's your I mean, you should have gone to Fairvilla. You should have gone and talked to them, because in a lot of times, like if something isn't right for you or whatever, you're going to find that out beforehand by just talking to your staff, because they have a lot of knowledge. But beyond that, you guys are real people that deal with things not being right or whatever. And you've been in this business for so long that the benefit of dealing with Fairvilla is you actually get humans that have intelligence and thought. You're not just dealing with an Amazon or a bot or an email.
Well, in a day and age where everything is bought online, like I feel like this is the true benefit of going to the store, so you can see
Don't buy this
hold
online.
it, because then there's no
It's
perspective.
too
like,
intimate of an area to buy. I don't buy. They're like it's like shoes. I can't buy shoes online. I have specific needs, It's the same way. You have specific needs. Go talk to the experts.
Well, and it's important, because something looks really great online doesn't mean that it's well suited for your body. And everybody likes different amounts of vibration or sensitivity or things like that.
Like spandex is not meant for me. When I put it on, I look gross. I look gross.
I'm glad you brought that up, because the intensity of the vibration, that's something that there's no way to describe online.
Right.
Like that, you have to feel that for yourself, because
You're right.
it's like if someone's
It's like a dog trying to tell you it's in pain.
Yeah,
You can't.
If it says very intense vibration or middle of the road, you're like, well, what does that mean?
By the way, I've
how am I
arrested
supposed to
myself
gauge
for
that?
analogies from now on out. I can't make analogies when they're here. Why would I make a dog in pain analogy?
I was wondering
when I
but
fair
I was
village.
letting it
Like
go.
that doesn't make it's
insane.
It's horrifying.
What do we got next here?
Okay. Since we're still on our summer theme,
Yes.
I talked a lot last time about Cal Exotic Novelties, and they have released some more toys in their California Dreaming line.
Oh, wow.
And that is just a super cool. It's
got like a-
Oceanside Orgasm.
It's got a megaphone on
It
the
has
top of it.
3
suction.
motors with suction on an external arm.
Oh,
made
wow.
for internal and external use.
Holy moly.
Yep.
This thing, now this is a little more advanced. That's more your
That
speed.
is advanced.
Yeah, that's more your
It's
speed.
rechargeable, waterproof.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
You're going, coming at it from
yeah.
all angles on that guy.
Yep.
And
Don't be mashed. Why do you always do
It's
that?
doing really
You
well.
just start hammering the buttons.
Well,
You're
because
like my
you-
wife with a TV remote.
you hand it to me, and then it shakes my hands numb, and then my
I thought it
carpal tunnel.
would feel good for
No,
your carpal tunnel.
The vibration, both my hands are numb from holding.
Oh
this
my God!
in.
What if I start handing him vibrators? He starts crying.
And so I have to immediately turn them
Yeah.
off, because I like.
Oh, these vibrating motors. What happened today at work? Well, Danny's handing me vibrators, and it
No,
hurts
I
my
can't-
carpal tunnel.
No, I can't hold anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's something that this design is seemingly very popular because of the top-bottom thingamajiggy.
Yes.
That's just science. That's just science. I'm convinced
yeah.
you say these things just to become clip of the week. 'Cause that's the most insane thing I've ever. So is this a younger? This seems like a young company, right? No.
No. This is one of the earliest companies that we've done business with.
Really?
Yeah. Doc Johnson, Cal Exotics. Those are 2 of our oldest companies in our industry.
It's really hip. Like
and that's the cool thing, is they stay relevant. They really experiment with color and design, and it's funny because I was just looking. The founder they have a little bio, a little information on the side, and she actually has on there. They were established in 1994. So for our industry,
God,
that's longevity.
I was graduating from high school then.
94.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
That is a long time ago. All right, let's keep moving here.
And then just because we're kind of in this pink theme going on,
I love the pink.
and new stuff in summer, and this felt really fresh, we have a line of some fetish cuffs and tons of accessories. It's called Electra Playthings, and this company, this is NS, right? Yeah, NS Novelties. And this is not leather, it's pleather, so if you're concerned about that. But it's so fun. It's so bright. You could actually wear these as accessories out to festivals and things like that. So we brought a couple different things to show you, and it's all so reasonable. Like this collar and leash set's $35.
I'm gonna start using this around the studio. Like, hey, Samantha, get to editing. Just a couple pops on our bottom. I feel like just a motivational pop. It's a business pop.
So this is a really cool bright neon pink.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the hardware that's on here, it's just super good quality. I don't think that, we can take that out of there if you'd like. But I just wanted to
Get
share.
to work.
just know that we have new styles coming in like all of our departments, even in our fetish fun department here. This new colors. We have glow in the dark. We have this cool electric pink. We have, you name it. We have Christmas colors coming out.
I wonder if any good old boys have ever made their way into Fairvilla and bought one of these for their jumbo dogs. If they're
Jacque?
like, it had to have happened as long as you guys have been open. You know what? I don't want the same old Tractor Supply collar I get Jerry.
The
I'm
one
going
with
to
the
get
spikes.
get him something fancy.
Well,
this is so well made.
Yeah, we have all the heavy leather stuff too, of course.
Oh
But
no, I got ice cream on this. I'm sorry.
You got ice cream? That's okay.
Oh no, I got ice cream on the paddle.
I put it right in the ice cream.
If that's what you
I
like,
shouldn't hand you Here, I'll give that back to Jacque.
I'm not going to judge you.
It's nice because you can clean it right off. It's like it was made for this. It was made for ice cream.
I don't know if it's made for ice cream.
All these things are easily made to clean, and that's kind of the beauty of it being just
I love it.
A non-leather item.
And those can be used as like festival wear
Correct.
and
And
costuming, and that'll be coming up soon too, right? I mean, you guys.
Oh my gosh!
Is it
I
happening?
have seen some of the new stuff we're bringing in catalogs. So let's see. I can't believe that we're already facing down August.
I know.
So you're going to see us start loading things in, through August, September. We're going to keep festival year round now.
Great.
And that's going to be a staple in all of our locations.
Mm-hmm.
But the new stuff that's coming out from like Daisy Corset and some of the other big Jay Valentine.
Yeah.
It is so cool. So I encourage people to come and shop year round and just kind of keep adding to that segment of their wardrobe if they enjoy festivals. I know people might be going to like Rolling Loud this weekend in Miami. If you're looking for some adornment,
that's this weekend.
Come and check it out because we always have festival makeup and glitter.
And there's always new stuff coming in too.
Yeah.
So that's what's keeping it fresh all the time.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that if you are going, because most of my friends are doing because I think most of our festivals are at least the ones around here.
Winter.
We've kind of cycled through them, or they will be coming up. But you can get your stuff here and then make sure it fits and make sure you're looking good. Again, another benefit of having brick and mortar and being able to talk to the people is the ability to try it on, or at least have the person say, why don't you try this, And you guys have a lot of different festival wear that you can, mix and match.
Yeah.
Is there any like VIP with festivals? Like
what do you mean?
Like an area VIP?
I think so, yeah.
So you don't have to be in the general public.
Like a big dog ticket. Yeah, I think so.
There's like just a sea of humanity. And I'm just like, well.
You mean like old people seats for like if you still like? I'm sure there are people that still love club music. Like I got DJ buddies that are older than me that I'm sure still love dance music but don't want to be in the sea.
Because everything else about the festival, I'm all about. It's like you go there,
the music, the drinks, the party, the drugs,
all of it. And then it's like being smushed into a sea of humanity, and then I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Then you have to, excuse me.
I ate a churro.
No, but then you gotta go all the way out, and then you can't get back to your original place. So then you're stuck in the back because
I lost my light up glasses.
So I'm like, just an area. I still want Steve Aoki's cake in my face.
Yeah.
But
what does that mean?
No.
You want Steve Aoki to sit on your face?
No. But he throws the cakes. I know the festival scene.
Nobody knows the festival scene like Tom does. Tom and Jacque, the festival boys.
Yeah. But
over my head.
It's just I still want to be up close to what's going on, and I want the all that environment, but in my own I don't want my own bathroom, air conditioned bathroom, all that stuff.
I think they have that.
They do.
See it. My daughter paid for one of those tickets last year at EDC. She got the preferential bathroom and all that.
See, that's where then it's like, all right, I'm back at it again.
Because throw money at anything.
Yeah, exactly. Because if I go there and then what's a festival ticket cost?
I don't want to know.
I mean,
it's a lot.
$35?
No.
More than $35.
Yeah. I mean, like maybe a one-day pass or something. Maybe, but I think it's more than that.
A couple hundred.
A couple hundred?
Yeah.
For Aoki to throw
that's what you wanted. You're the one that wanted it.
And that's for the cheap seats? What's the VIP? That's $1,000?
Oh, at least.
Oh, man.
No, $750.
I guess. Well, if you can afford that, then you go get some nice festival
I'll just
wear.
stay at home, get my own cake.
Well, look, a lot of people will even make payments on their festival tickets. That's what I'm saying. Start now. Start looking
You
at
can
the
affirm
items.
them. Put them on a firm.
Start building up your costuming or your festival wear now. Come look at the shoes and the boots we're getting in, because doing it all at one time can be kind of expensive. So start it now.
Yep.
Yeah,
There you
and
go.
reuse your pieces too. Mix and match.
And multiple locations, but obviously, I'm gonna guess if you want the main delivery of festival wear, main location, right? Flagship store.
Yeah, OBT.
OBT. You're going to want to go there. Let's hit all locations if we can remember them
Location
correctly.
I Drive, location Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee, location over on the coast, and of course Key West.
Yes.
Nailed it. How is Key West? How's that location
It's
doing?
good. Actually, tourists are coming back. They're really strong right now. The numbers are good, and it's just hot down there. But, it's lobster or mini season is next week.
Yeah.
So it's
I always
gonna
get a
be
little
crazy.
offended when people say it's mini season. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Man, I remember in the heart of the housing recession, like when was it, like 2010?
Yeah.
There were houses still selling in the Keys for like $350.
Yeah.
Like you could get a foreclosure for $350, and that's at Alamorada, but it's like still like still house for $350 foreclosure. Oh,
wish we'd bought it.
no, God.
Yeah.
And me and my friends were talking. We should all go in there. Like
That's a lot of Aoki cake.
all right, guys, thanks so much for coming by.
We love having you guys in, Jacque. What a great surprise having you
Nice
in
to see
today.
you,
Please come back and see us again, guys. Always a pleasure seeing you. We'll take a break and come back. Is that it, or are we coming back?
Yeah,
No, we're coming back.
Yeah, we're coming right back. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Let's do some more voicemail.
All right, let's go with this guy.
Hey, you were talking about corn tortillas on an ACT a little while ago. I agree they're complete garbage in the United States, but if you are in Mexico ever, do yourself a favor and get the corn tortillas. They are way better than the flour ones most of the time, and they're just completely different. They don't fall apart. They're really good, flavorful things. I didn't order them from years, and I go to Mexico all the time because I thought they would be like they are here, and now that's all I ever get. So if you ever go to Mexico, try it out.
Yeah, I mean, I like a fresh corn tortilla, and I'm pro them. It's just you're not going to find them very often anywhere. Even in Mexico, it's like I feel like...
But why can they do it better in Mexico? This is America. We should be able to make a better corn tortilla.
They can. They just can't mass produce. Like the corn tortilla, to me, is something that needs to be made by one person in a small batch, and they'll taste great. But the minute you throw a factory in there is where it goes off the rails. Now, it'll work for flour, but for some reason, it just doesn't work for corn.
So if you get a corn tortilla at a legitimate Mexican mom and pop restaurant,
normally it's just the flimsy little ones that they buy them in bulk, and they're making the proteins. And they're making the sauces, but they're not going to spend the time to have some abuela back there smashing fresh corn tortillas. No, I've only seen a couple places used to do that as a novelty. I think Chewy's does that maybe.
But even when they make them fresh, I've never really had one.
They still fall apart.
That I'm like, this is better than the flour. I've always preferred the flour, but that could be because of our culture, and we've just been eating the flour.
Well, you like Americanized tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like corn tortillas better when some lady makes it. I can taste what he's talking about. Like there's like real fat in there. There's real salt in there. There's real corn flavor in there. It tastes good.
Yeah.
It's like I like it. But like regular little corn tortillas that you buy at the store, and people say, I prefer those. I don't. They always fall apart. They taste like nothing.
Is it the equivalent to like a white bread, like the white flour tortillas that we get in regular Americanized tacos? There's no flavor to them. They're white bread, right?
Yeah, I think you're kind of right with that, yeah.
So, like, someone that really enjoys sandwiches would be like, the sandwich would be better with the flavor profile of a rye.
Okay, now I have a strong opinion about this. You just opened up...
or any other...
You got to be careful. You just opened up a big can here.
All right.
Because we have a problem now. When you get a wrap, there are different kinds that you go. You go to a Publix or any sandwich place and you go to get a wrap. There are three main types of wraps they're going to give you. A white bread wrap, a wheat bread wrap, or a spinach wrap. All three taste exactly the effing same.
Yes, yeah.
So when my wife is ordering a sandwich and they say, oh, she's like, I'm making a wrap. And they're like, what kind of tortilla? And she says, spinach. I think to myself, you're an idiot.
Oh.
I do. Because
yeah.
I'm like, well, why did it doesn't taste? You can't taste the spinach in the spinach wrap. Why are you getting it? You're only getting it because you want that person to think that you're fancy, and that's why you're stupid.
Is there some?
I just farted, and it's like right here, and it's not moving. You're fine. It's right here.
Maybe you're gonna.
No, I'm not going to talk blow it.
Yeah,
I'm a very soft talker.
So, is there a spinach wrap more healthy? It's probably not, right?
It's not. No,
it's the same amount of carbs,
dude. It's all fake.
Yeah,
it's
all
a
marketing.
green wrap.
Yeah, it's all and then it's just it's colored with spinach.
Thank
right?
you. Yeah, not even green food coloring. They're just like it's spinach inspired.
Does it have a little more? Like vitamins in there?
No,
or
nobody
vitamins?
can get me to believe that. I believe nothing now. Everything's fake.
Yeah, it seems like just marketing BS. To
Everything
me.
is.
You call it a spinach wrap, but you just smash some spinach and some white bread.
Yeah.
And then you sell it for
and you just think it looks fancier.
a quarter more expensive.
Because there is something to be said about it is more pleasing to your eye. When you see a sandwich that's like white bread, white cheese, white turkey, it looks so boring. When you see a sandwich that's a green tortilla, red ham, yellow cheese, crisp green lettuce, red tomato, there's something pleasing to it. I think it's literally they just said make it green because if you make it green, it adds to the look appeal of the like it is literally it's the white wrap.
You know what this reminds me of? Crystal started ordering, and I could be getting the name of the company wrong because there's a bunch of them, but I believe it's Freshly. Is that the one that the meals come? They're cooked already.
Yeah,
and
that's
they're
Freshly.
just vacuum sealed.
Yeah, we did Freshly for a minute.
Well,
some of them just taste like straight garbage.
Well, the taste is good. The problem is, because my cholesterol's naturally high, so I need to eat healthy or I'm going to die or whatever eventually.
My God, you put it like that.
Well, not
I don't have
tomorrow.
naturally large cholesterol. I had to get cholesterol implants for mine.
But, so Crystal, I'm eating these meals, I'm like, they're, it's like chicken cordon bleu with vegetables or something, right?
You microwave it, right?
Yeah, you just microwave it. So I'm like, it's probably not the healthiest thing, but it's better than, whatever, smaller portions or whatever. And then I'm like, I one day look at the back, like the nutrition, or whatever, and
it's fresh. It's not healthy, but it's fresh. Freshly, it's not healthily.
It had like 63% cholesterol in it. Like I'm like, what? Like the amount of fat it had in this meal. And then I looked up.
You were eating this sausage bomb.
It had it was just like some sort of mixed, some rice and vegetables and like some gumbo.
Cholesterol jammer.
Dude, they must cook it with the fat to make it taste good, right?
Duck fat. But sweet duck fat.
Dude, there was more cholesterol and fat in it than a Big Mac. I'm not joking. Like a Big Mac was technically healthier.
Because there's less real food in there. Yeah, sure.
And so, you're right. It's just garbage, carbohydrates or whatever.
They'll take out some fat. We'll put the sodium back in.
And I know all fat's not, like fat is not necessarily bad, but whatever. But this is just straight up cholesterol, and I'm like,
so are you done with Freshly now?
Yeah. I gotta go to a different.
If you want to eat clean, you have to just buy all the chicken, all the broccoli, all the rice, and just do chicken, rice, broccoli for the rest of your life. That's it. That's the only thing you can eat. Any variation of that is tricking yourself. Any variation than that is a lie. It has to be chicken, broccoli, rice. End of life, and that's it.
Yeah. I recently started my neighbor with their food prep business.
Those are good, but you're gonna pay because she's putting effort into it.
Oh yeah, but it's all
she's gonna make it taste great.
Chicken, broccoli, rice.
Yeah, but she's gonna make it taste great. But you have to pay for her to take the same 3 ingredients and like engineer them
put some seasonings and stuff. But it is just you're right. I mean. The only way to eat healthy is boring. I try.
You're good at that, though. We were just talking about that.
Fine, but
you are good at head down chicken, rice, broccoli.
I'm too lazy though. Like if I don't have it around and I haven't prepared, I'll just eat a whole pizza.
Yeah, no, you're not as bad as me though. At least it's not your coping mechanism. It's what I used to do with alcohol. Now I do it with sugar. I'll be sitting at dinner, something will bother me, and I'll just look at Andrea and Maisie and be like, "We need milkshakes." Because I'm crazy. It's like
Well-
it's my coping mechanism for things when I'm stressed. Is like grab a beer or grab a candy bar. Get some sugar in your body, Dan. You're freaking out.
Yeah, but I still drink, so I don't eat sugar just because I like to drink. So I'll just be like, I don't eat.
I'm
this.
just gonna start drinking again.
Well, I don't want to hit this candy bar because that's one White Claw, like or two
it's
White
probably
Claws.
2 White Claws.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'd rather have 2 White Claws than a candy bar, and that's I go through my whole day thinking like,
Candy bars and White Claws.
how many White Claws? Like I'm gonna give up this.
Yeah.
I'll have 3 more White Claws tonight. I'm like, I'll take that.
At my worst drinking, I was budgeting every meal for calories at the end of the day, which is really bad. But my most drinking,
It's fun.
I'd look at you and Sam. I'd be like, "Are we done recording?" You'd be like, "Yeah," because I knew that's the time I can start drinking enough to slur. So I'd walk across the street
Yeah.
and just get a 12-pack, and then I'd just start drinking because I'm like, "All right, well, now I can drink the rest of the night."
And then I'm always like, well, it can't be that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No one knows.
I'm like, actually, there's people.
Or maybe everyone
There's
knows.
people I know that have.
Yeah.
But it kind of like smoky.
Look,
too.
if Cactus Steve is still Cactus Steven around, then I should probably still be drinking.
Yeah.
One more. Let's try this guy.
Hey guys, it's Sean from Vegas. I wanted to clear up something on the Cracker Barrel thing. I used to work for Cracker Barrel, and it turns out that what they used to do is like they used to call the white people that had the whips. They were the whip crackers, and that's how that sort of name became synonymous with white people.
That's not true.
And the Cracker Barrel was when the slaves finally would get fed up. They would chop the heads off of the slave owners and throw them all into a barrel. And that was what the Cracker Barrel was.
No.
I also just smoked a bunch of wedding pies, and none of that's true. I'm just baked. Okay. Talk to you later.
That was horrible.
What?
That was hard. Your weed made you so not entertaining.
You're just sitting there. He's like, I'm gonna call.
I'm gonna call them. Make up a race. I need to make up a racist story.
I'm gonna make a racist story. Tell Tom and Dad.
You know what? When I get high,
And I'm gonna have my own voice on there.
guys, I can't get high anymore because when I get high, I make up racist fables that aren't true. I make up racist origin stories about everything.
And then I call and leave
Yeah.
a voicemail on a podcast I listen to.
Exactly. Hey, Tom and Dad, you know those things on the ends of your shoelaces, those little plastic things? You know what those are called? They're called sniglets. You know where it got that name? Uh-oh. I know where it's going.
Why would you think of doing this?
I don't know why he would do this.
Next voicemail.
How about shoplifting? That's safe. Oh, hold on.
Talking about shopping or shoplifting, and I remember in high school that I had been shopping, with some friends after school, and they, I'm wandering around the store. It was 2 girls I was with, and they were kind of shopping. I was just kind of driving people around, but at a point, we've been there maybe like 20 minutes. And they, come out of the dressing room, I guess, and come to meet me and they're like, hey, we got to go. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we kind of meander towards the front of the store and they start picking up their pace and they get to the doors in front of me, open them up, and we walk out and they're like, hey, we got to go now. And, we get to my car and they start like unloading their bags. It turns out they had stolen probably like $200 worth of clothes. And I was pissed because like, how are you not going to tell me that's what you're going in to do? Long story short, I ended up making them just kind of dump it all because I wasn't about to be part of this, taking it back to JCPenney's, but I made them dump it all.
Well,
like
you don't
on the
need
side
to take
of the
it
road.
back. Well, hold on. What's the difference in dumping it all and just keeping it if you stole it?
Yeah.
Look, I don't condone stealing at all.
JCPenney's is out.
Yeah.
And now you're
Like,
never gonna sleep
You're
with
in
them.
the clear, and you've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a bunch of saddle bread. I believe that was JCPenney's brand at the time, was saddle bread.
And now the girls definitely think you're a nerd narc.
Yeah, you ain't getting
Yeah.
you're getting no sex.
Yeah. At this point, you might as well you could act like, hey, this is
And let's
this
be
is wrong.
honest. We know why you were driving them around, Mike B.
Yeah. And
This is before you got married.
And I seen the videos. Then you say, well, there's one way out of this.
Yeah.
I seen it.
Yeah, well, you want to call your mom?
It's a security
And then you
camera.
call your mom, and your
Yeah.
mom comes in, and your mom comes in with her. And then the
Yeah.
guy's like, well, there is a way out of here
Yeah,
if
yeah.
both you and your daughter want to take off your dresses and stand here.
Oh yeah.
Do
And
some
then
cheek spread. We need some grade A cheek spread in here, or nobody's going home. This is loss prevention. This is no BS.
I'm
a loss prevention officer, and there's one thing I'm not leaving here until we find those bangles and those earrings that someone stole. So get the spreading. Loss prevention.
All right. Bye-bye.